Hi everyone. Hi.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
I wasn't joking when I said we're going to go live now. Hey.
You really weren't, were you?
No, not at all. Hey, look, we have more faces. More
What are you
faces
doing
than
in our
usual.
swamp?
More faces than usual in a slightly different place. New places all around me. Unfamiliar faces. Different places.
Hate
Mad
it.
world. Hi everyone. Hi. We have Josh and Alisha here from. I was fully about to say a wicked slice, but Dice in a Slice. The only TTRPG podcast where cake is mandatory. Do you guys want to do a little kind of self intro before we get
Yeah,
into
you guys
explaining
go,
what's
you do.
going on?
Yeah, all right. Alicia, do you want to go first?
Oh God, I was going to say you go first.
I'm happy to go first. I'll do it.
You do it. I'll fill in anything you miss.
That's a good idea. Hello. Yeah, we're from Dice and Slice, the only D&D 5e podcast powered by baked goods.
I couldn't remember it, so I made up my own.
Someone has actually said to me that I shouldn't say that just in case there are other ones, but I don't want to say the original because that makes us seem a bit pretentious.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dice and a Slice is D&D podcast. Good, tick. Said that bit. Next bit. It's an entirely homebrew world. We're an entire LGBTQIA+ team. We've been going for about a year. I believe you guys have been going for about a year, a bit more. These are all pandemic babies, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a piracy campaign. What's that? Sorry, Tom.
My favourite kind?
Your favourite kind of baby is a panini baby. Wonderful. In this game, I'm the DM. That's why I'm DMing today, because it's my world, and if anyone else came in there and made explicit statements about it, I would find where they live and remove their kneecaps. That's a real fake smile you've got there, Alisha.
You're going for a very
You're all
chill
good.
introduction.
You're all good.
Not threatening, not violent.
Alisha doesn't have kneecaps. She made that mistake already, and she's got no kneecaps.
That's true.
I don't worry, guys, about sounding threatening. Unfortunately, I met the bar when I asked Edia how's her cunts doing.
Yeah.
So you feel free to say whatever the fuck you want.
So I'm so
the worst
glad
thing
that you brought that up again. It was one of my favourite moments.
Jesus, that shocked me as much as it did the first time round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to keep kind of dealing
Keep
with
that
it
bar low.
constantly.
Remind everyone.
It exists for you,
Yeah.
which is the
Trying
sad
to
bit.
process it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Josh. I'm the DM. I'll be DMing tonight as well. Fun fact about me is I don't have any fun facts to tell you.
Sick.
So
Great.
there. Thank you, Sweet Poison. I'm glad you really like me. Somebody has to. Alisha, say things.
Speaking of people that like you, Asia.
Hi, I'm Alisha. I'm contractually obliged to like Josh. I'm also part of the Dice and a Slice team. I get to be a player in that, so I don't have to worry about any of the stress or any of the difficulty. I am the editor, and I also now do that professionally. So if anyone needs an editor, this is my solo plug. Hire me. I'll edit your podcast or your YouTube videos or whatever you want. I do that for you.
She'll even edit your smut tape.
Yeah, I will do that. I'll enjoy it.
Noted.
ASMR, I'll take it.
Okay, good. Alicia, we're talking after stream.
There we go. It's sorted.
Tom's mixtape.
Yeah, that's me. Basically, I'm here as kind of Josh's DM PC. So I'm just gonna run around and kind of enhance the chaos and just have a great time watching these guys play around in the world that I know and love so well. I'm very excited.
We put the bumpers up at the bowling alley, and Alicia's here to make sure we don't get lost.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Do you want to avoid this combat? No, we're going to go towards the combat.
Yeah, we're gonna run straight towards it. Josh, I assume you all know who we are. Yeah. My name's Nikki. I'm playing someone called Rico Grease. I'm sure we will get more into that soon. Lydia.
I'm Lydia. Hello.
She's playing someone called Andromeda.
Why is this energy? I'm scared. I
Tom.
don't feel safe.
Yeah,
Hi,
I'm Lydia.
I'm Tom.
I'm playing a character called Andy soon, but we will get onto that in a second. Tom, handing over to you.
Hi, I'm Tom. Welcome to my mixtape. I will be playing Keris Welk today, and I'm here.
Great.
The half real retail stock worker walking back out onto the shop floor.
Yeah.
And Michelle.
Yeah.
Love the energy, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm
It'll
Michelle,
come.
and I'm playing Lavina Payne, but you can call her Levy.
Wonderful. I'm going to formally hand over the reins now to Josh. Josh, if you look outside your front door, there should be a man in a trench coat holding a box full of horses' reins, the ceremonial reins.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. There he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did he get into the house?
Stevie Rain, yeah.
Stevie Rain. He was an original member of Earth, Wind and Fire, but they kicked him out.
Exactly, yes.
Josh.
Actually, it was Earth, Wind, Water and Fire.
It was. Not anymore.
For legal reasons, they had to stop because of things that we don't have time for me to get into. So, I think the most important thing for us to start off with is by saying hello to everybody. I hope everyone is well. And to make sure that we do some decent world and character introductions. So, let me tell you about the World of Nortiska. Well, it's a piratey world and is made up of a series of islands. Each of these islands have an appropriately punny name, and you can find them on our Instagram at Dice and the Slice. It is a piratey world, as I say. Boats are the main form of transport. It is your very traditional Pirates of the Caribbean sort of era and vibe almost across the land, and that's the sort of level of technology that we're working with. Now, this wonderful myriad merry crew that we have, consisting of some very peculiar individuals, and I had to turn to the side there just to look at everyone's strange individuals. It's just a very peculiar crew. That's the easiest way for me to describe it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the table and ask everyone to tell the lovely people at home about their character. And I'm going to go through it alphabetically, excluding Alisha. Alisha can go last. Watching Tom do the alphabet. H-I-J-K-L. It'll be Lydia who starts. So Lydia, why don't you tell us about your character?
Yes, well, hello, my name is Andromeda, but people very frequently call me, guess, to look at me, you would see a sort of grey-colored, many assume half-orc, strong, tall, and has a very still parrot on her shoulder. She frequently, likes to sleep out on the deck of the ship under the stars, becomes quite, panicked at the thought of having a ceiling in between her and the sky. She has been with this crew for quite a while. She does not say very much. Her likes include being very silent and looking to the sky, and her dislikes include ceilings, I guess, to put that bluntly. So that is Andy.
Good, amazing. I have a couple of questions for you as Andy's handler.
Oh,
What is
no.
Andy's passive perception, please?
Oh, right. My passive perception is 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
20.
What is Andy's armor class, please?
17.
17. Lovely stuff. Very good. Thank you ever so much. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Stuffed Parrot.
How
Next-
dare you! He is real! How dare you!
Next, I will ask. Well, that's the L, M for Michelle.
M, I knew.
That's me. That's
It's not going to be
me.
like that.
So Michelle, why don't you tell us about your character?
Yeah, I'm playing Levy. Levy's like short, thick tiefling. She's got like a purpley skin tone and like a shock of like white hair that fades into like purple at the ends. She is not captain, the other one, first mate.
First mate.
Yeah, she is first mate of this crew, because she's not that great at doing a lot of the other stuff, but she just really wanted to be a pirate. So here she is, trying to be a pirate. A little info about her. I don't know if you want this, but
Yeah.
her old man is like a devil because someone made a deal with him, and he was like, you owe me your firstborn, and he got me, and he wanted me to follow in the family business, and I was like, nah, old man, I want to be a pirate, and here I am.
Thank you ever so much, Michelle. Thank you ever so much, Levy. You mafia brat.
Yes.
Can I have Levy's passive perception, please?
15.
15. That's nice. Can I have the AC, please?
12.
Yeah. yeah. Wonderful. Thank you ever so much. Next up is the wonderful LMN Nikki. Nikki, why don't you tell us about your character? I didn't mean to put the quote marks around that.
My name's Rico Grease, and if you know me, you ain't calling me Rico. I'm an oil genasi, and I like to get nasty. I like to build things and make things go bada bing, bada kaboom.
Just
I was convinced you were about to say bada
resounding-
bing. I like just the weird pause that you put in. I thought you were going to go bada bing, bada cum. I thought that was what you were going to say.
It's bada kaboom. I like to make things explode, you see?
I can't tell you how emphatically I both hate and love him.
Yeah.
By which I mean Nikki.
Yeah. It's I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm a greasy little boy that'll fix things up for you. I've gone cowboy. He's gone country.
And what is your passive perception, please?
My passive
Yes, please.
is a 10. I didn't see nothing.
Yep. And your AC, please.
That's a 17.
17, lovely. And finally, rounding out this strange little crew, we'll have Dom.
It's P. P next.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
M.
Okay.
LMNOPQRS. T for Tom.
Fuck yes, Josh.
I
Love that song.
I have had all of this time to figure out an accent. So, hello. No.
Oh no! I'm sorry, lovely, wonderful audience. We've had to cancel the collaboration. And I've gone to have a good long cry. See you next week.
That's what did it. That's what.
Pushed him over.
Hello. My name is Geris. Geris Welk. I am a small little whip of a thing, but I guess. Sorry, I'm literally just trying to figure out an accent. Before you stands,
can tell.
Before you stands, Geris Welk. She stands at just under 4 foot high, and she has a little bob cut with bits hanging out of it. She has dark eyes and lots of eyeliner. She wears a fuck me.
Tom's like,
I've just
how
realised-
many sessions is this? Fuck.
I've just realised that this is my voice for the next however many. She,
I love it and support it.
you will most of the time find her around the crow's nest. Is her favorite place because her room is full of dolls. She dresses in a very kind of pretty ball gown, or it was pretty at one point. It no longer has the skirts on it. Instead, I have trousers because pockets. Caris is Caris has been with this crew for a long time. She is not running. She does not run, but you know, she's found her people after leaving other people. I think that is Caris.
Lovely. And can I have Karis's passive perception, please?
That would be a 24.
I haven't arranged any traps for any of these adventures. And Karis's AC, please.
That would be a 17.
Highest AC 17. Goodness me.
That's the
That's
highest.
terribly exciting.
I think there's 3 17s in the party.
Yes,
and
3
a 12.
17s. Be quiet, 12. The 17s are talking. Very well. Thank you for introducing your characters. Now, you are all crew on board a pirate ship, and the name of the ship is the Test Drive. So called because just under 10 years ago, you all took the ship out on a test drive and decided to take it with you, having a very, very long test drive. Of course, no ship is complete without its captain. Alisha, will you please tell us about Guy Captain?
Hi.
Sorry, Captain Guy Captain.
Yeah. Hi. My name is Guy. I'm the captain of the ship. I'm not necessarily trained to be a captain, but see, problem is I really wanted to make the sale of selling this boat, and I agreed to take it out for a quick test drive, and I mean the test drive is still going, but it's okay because I really believe that I can make the sale. I've just got to, you know, get on the right side of things. But it's fine. I haven't spoken to my family in 9 3/4 years, but I'm sure they know I'm fine. The important thing is that I make the sale, so you know I really believe that this group are gonna buy this boat from me.
And Captain Guy Captain, before this wonderful crew took you under their arm, under their wing to show you the life of piracy, how long have you been a salesperson for? Sorry.
Well, once I left pirate school, I guess, I worked for a couple of years as a dock-to-dock salesman, selling, you know, vacuums and things. And I got my first job selling boats, which was really exciting, but I haven't really been able to sell any because I tried to sell this one on my first day, but it's fine, you know, I've got like 10 years experience now, so by the time I get back, I'll be like boss level, you know, they can't, I'll be like, get 3 promotions in a row.
At least a pay rise.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Guy. Now I'm going to do something that I'm basically going to steal from the Adventure Zone because I've been listening to it recently, and if someone's already designed it, why not? I'm going to ask you guys to describe the boat for me. We're going to sort of go in turns. I'm going to ask you to describe sort of the area of the ship that you are in charge of, and then we will settle on the sort of overall design, like the hull and the kinds of sails you have. All right? Lovely stuff. So starting again, we'll go alphabetically. So we're going to start with Lydia.
Yeah.
Fair warning.
Right.
So Lydia, what's sort of Andy's area on the boat? What does it look like?
I have not actually spent any time anywhere other than on the deck of the ship. And so I feel like I could, you know, tell you a little bit about the etchings that she has made on the, you know, into the wood, which is most unhelpful, but no one can really stop me. So, you know, I just keep doing it. And I don't know, I would, tell me if I go too far, but I think maybe she has drawn a little bit on the sails, just sort of some of her very favorite constellations, star constellations into the sails. Again, it might wash off when it rains or when there is a big wave, but she just puts it back. She's got plenty of time. She's the navigator on this ship. And one other thing that, of course, Andy has made an impact on the ship is when her good friend Levy and herself, when we first boarded the ship, we stole a war gong and we brought it onto the ship. So there is a large 6 foot by 6 foot war gong, which I will from time to time beat heftily. And as of yet, nobody really knows why and at what time and what it means when but that is what, that's my kind of impact on the ship. Would you like me to say anything else?
That's wonderful. Thank you ever so much.
Okay.
Thank you for describing the war gong. We love the war gong. And the graffiti, I think, adds to it. It's necessary.
Alisha?
Next.
I don't want to alarm you.
I know.
There's something behind you.
I've just had the very concerning realization that I can't remember if we fed the cats or not, and I think that might be why I'm getting so much attention.
We did not feed the cats.
Or Callie just wants to be famous. There are only
We
two
did
options.
not feed
We need to get
the cats.
we need to get Malloy on, and there can be a meeting of cat.
Cat meeting.
A meeting of babies who have not been fed.
My favourite kind?
Well, Tom, you're sticking with that, huh? Sticking with the baby thing?
I'm not sure of the fact that what worries me more, either the fact that Tom is making a list of fave babes, or that they all seem to be joint first.
Yeah,
Everything
they're
is
all tying.
yes. They're all yes.
Oh,
Chat are simping after Callie, which is nice.
Yeah,
I
I should feed the cat.
If you need to run off, do
to
it.
go and feed the cats.
If you don't, I'll
do
I'll
it.
catch up
Do
on
it.
boat
It's
stuff.
all good.
I will return.
Guy Captain is secondary in this. God, I'm so glad she's gone. I'm joking. Of course. I know she can hear me upstairs. Oh no, my clever plan has been foiled. So next up will be LM Michelle. I don't know the alphabet either. It's fine. We dumb here. It's okay.
Yeah, well, I think this is actually quite fitting because I think Levy has sort of taken over the captain's quarters, even though technically she shouldn't. But I feel like a situation quite like this happened where Guy just stepped out for a minute and she all over that place.
She waddled over it?
All over it, So I think the captain's quarters is filled with lots of stolen treasure, like odd maps and things they've found, like maybe where treasure could be. There's always some there's what is it, Pepe Silva?
Yeah.
Kind of board.
The massive thought board, with red string and stuff.
Yeah, where Levy does some of her best thinking of maybe the next con heist they could do, or just where another way they might be able to con someone out of some money, really. So I think she's taken over that, and she just spends a lot of time running around, mooching around, checking in on everyone, making sure everyone's all right, making sure Guy is happy enough that he's not going to complain too much, and trying to stop probably Keris and Grease from doing too much damage to the ship.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes, I think
that's a full-time job.
Yeah.
A single mom who works 2 jobs. Thank you ever so much. Now, let's see what's going on with Rico. Rico, what's your kind of part of the ship like? I know that you've had a lot of time to tinker, so I imagine
I
it's
have.
quite,
Rico has had a
long.
lot of time to tinker. There is the kind of the bottom layer of the ship, just above it is a hatch, I think, like a metal hatch, and above it is a chalkboard that says days since Grease last set himself on fire. It is 0, and there is an unopened box of chalk next to that chalkboard. And if you kind of like open up, there'll just be this, it's like much like opening an oven while wearing glasses, just like just heat just like comes out of you, and you walk down, and I just put the sulfur side of a match in my mouth.
That's not good.
Hey, I'm in character.
Hey.
I think there's
I'm character in here.
Hey, I'm character in here. The bottom of the ship looks drastically different to the rest. The entire inside of it has been lined with either metal or incredibly thick glass. Below the water surface are these like pontoons that have been attached to the bottom of the ship to kind of counteract the additional weight from what is a full functioning workshop, including a weapons testing range the length of the ship that runs down the center. He's firmly in there. There is so much gunpowder, so much creosote, just so many just like greasy rags just like in a pile near the furnace. Like it is Danny Zuko if he was a mad scientist. Like it's fully that. Like it's, love it. Yeah, there's big like huge glass panel on the bottom and like big glass on the side so we can see what's going on out there. And he's just got all sorts, just absolutely all sorts, including 3 like body double like metal like statuettes of the other crew so he can make stuff that fits right. And so, but it's sort of a bit jarring because they are just like exact like measurement body replicas, and I think if anyone were to come down and see, they'd maybe wonder how he got the measurements right.
Guys, welcome to Nikki's revealing of the merch that we're gonna be putting up soon.
What life-size models of us?
Yeah, yeah. And there's just like
there's actually they're megas for your real life D&D games.
And there's like a big thing of like guns, and when I say a big thing, I don't mean like a rack or like an organized shelf or anything. There is a pile of guns. There's like a barrel of guns, and it's just sort of overflowed, and it's just sort of more guns just get kind of put next. Because when we get guns from other people, they give them to
chuck it in the gun barrel.
Yeah, just hey, put it on the pile. I'll get round to it.
So it's a loaded barrel of guns. As opposed to the barrel of a loaded gun.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
Basically, it's like sticking your hand into a dirty sharps bin at the hospital, basically.
Oh my god!
Gunpowder.
If the dirty sharps bin could explode with a single match.
Dirty sharps bin, by the way, is my favourite bard character.
Dirty sharps bin is what I call my bumhole.
No. No.
That's good. I enjoyed that.
Nikki, Rico takes 4 points of psychic damage.
Hey, don't worry about it.
He's too dumb to recognise. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you for that imagery. And finally, Keris.
I think I will direct you to 2 spots on the ship for Keris. The first of which is what should be her room. Keris's sort of cabin below deck is no longer Keris's cabin due to the fact that there have it's been overrun by lots of tiny little beds, and in each of these tiny little beds, and swinging small hammocks is just so many porcelain dolls, just having a wonderful time. And
the click-clack of porcelain hands meeting porcelain face amongst the waves would just be fucking harrowing.
This is nightmare stuff. Like this is.
They need room, and they need to be they need socialization. So actually, it's a really, really good thing that they're all in.
Keris needs room and socialization.
My only sorry, I know that you're describing you're doing as you're told, and I thank you for that. My only concern at this point is that you have explicitly told me that statues are off the table, statues and mannequins, because they upset you, and that's fine, and I respect that, and I think it's important. I haven't introduced this with these terrifying dolls. You've done this to yourself.
I was going to say, like, it's one of the best things about it is we know that Tom is terrified of what he's creating.
Tom would shit himself in this room. Actual real life Tom would fully shit himself in this room, like literal poop.
Listen, we all know two things about Tom. We know that he is scared of mannequins and that he hates himself.
Hey.
So yes, I have introduced my greatest fear into the game. So that is. Oh,
I'm going to torture you with those.
That is Keris's cabin. Most of Keris's time is actually spent in the crow's nest, and I think it was probably about month 2 or 3 that she asked Greece to probably sort of second year that she asked Greece to help her out with a little bit of a modification to the crow's nest, as opposed to it just being and I know that Captain Guy. Captain Guy,
It's Captain Guy Captain. It's Guy Captain and me.
They said something along the lines of something about warranties, but hey, it's fine. And essentially, what it is a small sort of kind of vestibule, almost like a small kind of contained room at the top of this ship. It's kind of like a what's it called? Like is it a veranda? No,
I don't know.
Like a bandstand.
I don't know what it is.
Like
a gazebo.
A gazebo kind of thing. It's got structures that have meant that it's a roofed crow's nest with little curtains. And shutters that that could be sort of opened and closed. Kind of a sort of Baba Yaga's hut, but up in the sky.
But bougie. Baba Yaga, but make it bougie, basically. Okay.
The idea that you would have curtains that high up on a fucking ship.
Wild.
You're not closing them, my dude. They're going...
But what I love is that now that makes and gives a wonderful canonical reason as to why Andromeda is never in the crow's nest, because there's a fucking ceiling above it.
Don't like it.
Exactly.
I do not like it up there, no. You ruined it.
The navigator doesn't go in the crow's nest because no space. It's been taken over by the terrifying doll collector.
Is the roof like 4 foot high as well? So I won't be able to get up there right now.
Yeah, it's a perfect Keris-sized space, and Keris spends a lot of time up there whittling small sort of peg dolls that she once they've been sort of designed with a little bit of frayed rope for hair and a little bit of sort of coal for a face. They go on a small bandolier on her sort of person, and they sit there joining her in her adventures, and that's the space.
Because Keris is the most terrifying character that I've ever DM'd. Rooney Runes says Baba Yuppie, and I agree. So I'm going to make some other statements about this ship. So the captain's quarters are at the back of the ship with wonderful bay windows, because you got to see what's coming for you, and you got to see that sunrise. Oh, there's nothing better than that ocean sunrise, let me tell you that. On the second deck, so not the top deck, but the next one down, on each side there are 3 cannons poking out either side, so 6 in total. I will assume that you guys have the requisite gunpowder and cannonballs for those.
I fucking do.
They require an action to load and an action to fire. At the very back, on the upper deck, on the top deck, at the very back, where the steering wheel sits, I have I've got a 40-page PDF of nautical terms, and I cannot remember a single fucking one. At the back of the ship, where the steering wheel sits,
Yeah.
there's a steering wheel. which is generally where I think you'll find the captain. And on each of the back 2 corners, there are 2 what can only be described as like heavy crossbows used for precise fire. At the very front of the ship on the forecastle, is it's like focaccia, but less oily.
Castle.
Yes. There is below a
Sorry,
round.
that reaction was perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
There is a ram that, if rammed into another ship, could cause a great deal of damage. But mounted on the very top of that, at where one would normally find the like a mermaid or a siren or sort of a candle, if you've listened to the podcast, there is instead mounted an Arcane Cannon, one of Rico Grease's creations. I have just put a link to that in our little group chat so that you guys can access the stats for that should you need to. That is mounted at the very front. The sails themselves are plain and white, where they have not been graffitied on, embellished lovingly by Andromeda. They go up high into the sky, up to the crow's nest that is now a gazebo, and it's very bougie at that. Above the gazebo flies a single flag, the emblem of this ship, the Test Drive. The emblem of the flag is a smiley face with a big thumbs up, kind of like... because you are still on your test drive. It is the flag for Alex's ships. That's the organisation who you are borrowing this from. It's Al's ships. Everyone knows this is called the test drive because at the side and the back, where you would normally have the name of the ship, so something beautiful like Depth Strider or Lady's Luck or a candle and a half, there is actually a red sign held on by 2 bits of string that just says test drive. It's written in very block capital letters. If anyone in the UK has ever seen a car that's out for a test drive, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The deck itself is made of standard wood, the sort of like an oaky wood, like a pale oak, like a nice pale oak, worn white through years of bleaching with the salt and the sky. The hull of the boat is made of a slightly darker wood, and it's been patched up a lot, I expect. So it started off as one continuous colour of wood, but has since become a sort of mishmash patchwork of different coloured planks. Some things that aren't wood might have started off life as something else, but somehow through some sort of magic has been turned into a wood supplement. Most importantly and most notably, which keeps your warranty in check, there is a single sticker attached to 2 planks of wood just below the deck, and it just says warranty broken if seal broken. Everything around the ship has been replaced other than these 2 planks of wood and this sticker, much to the chagrin of Captain Guy Captain.
Captain Guy Captain doesn't spend too much time on top of the deck just because they don't want to. He can't see all the damage because if he sees it, he's then culpable. Mm-hmm. So he just tries not to look at the modifications. Also, I will say that you described a lovely bay window inside the captain's quarters. Yes. Most of the walls and surfaces in the captain's quarters have been covered with calendars, and he's been marking off every day that he thinks he's going to make the sail, and doesn't quite get there.
Yeah, so Captain Guy Captain and Levy share the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
I imagine Levy sleeps on the bed and Captain Guy Captain sleeps on like a footstool or like a little
dog bed.
Right.
Dog bed, yeah. Oh. Dog bed. Sorry, Captain Guy Captain.
Every now and then there's just that kind of oh, my back's bad today. Oh, my back's really bad, and Levy just goes, oh no.
I hear sleeping on hard floors really good for your back.
He must always have piles.
Piles of gold. What?
He wishes.
But there are in fact precisely 10 annual calendars in the captain's quarters. Most of the days of which have been crossed off. There are some days left, but it's hard to say exactly how many because Captain Guy Captain keeps that a secret. Because Captain Guy Captain is a man of many secrets. He keeps them in a special diary that he cries over every night. Not to make him too sad. But this is the standard day-to-day for yourselves. You go off, you have a zany adventure, Rico gets captured, everyone comes together to uncapture Rico. Turns out it was the groundskeeper, Mr. Gawilikas, all along. It wasn't really a monster. The real monsters is society and the people we meet along the way.
The real monsters were the friends we made along the way.
Yes, exactly.
In this case, yes.
However, all that having been said, what is a standard day for your guys? What does that look like? What does a standard day look like?
I would probably say that Andy stands stoically at the very front of the ship looking out, keeping maybe half a side eye on what Levy is up to, but, just letting her hair flow in the wind and hoping nobody asks her a complicated question.
All right. I think, like I said before, Levy keeps an eye on everyone, drinks. She fully just watched or read Pirates of the Caribbean a bunch when she was little, and is just doing everything that she saw, like the pirates doing that.
You saw the travelling players show.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Carrot Bean.
Yeah, that was favorite show. She's got a poster of Captain
Jim Swallows.
Captain Jim Swallows up on the wall.
It's one of those sorts of books, was it?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I think she checks in with Andy, checks the weather, we're going in the right direction, and let me know if
we are going in the right direction.
Great, love that for us. Carius, is everything all right? Are you being creepy?
No.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. I'm just never coming in your room, okay? Never gonna happen. I love ya. Never coming in your room. Keep those dolls away from me. Rico.
They want their kisses.
No. I will throw them off this ship. I will. You be good.
Oh, Tom, you're gonna send me all the way to hell.
And yeah, checking that Rico's not blowing himself up, blowing part of the ship up, that sort of stuff. And
he has.
And sort of trying to keep Captain
alive,
distracted,
and
sane.
Distracted, and still convinced that we just need to do one more job, so we've got the money and all that stuff, and then we're gonna do it.
Captain has his own version of all the maps, like when you give your younger sibling the unplugged controller for a video game.
Yeah, we're going here. It's gonna be great, and it's actually a 3-month trek.
Yeah.
Oh, deeply upsetting.
Sweet boy.
What about Rico? What's Rico up to?
So Rico's sleeping situation. He has a unfortunately grease-soaked hammock that he sleeps from, and he did put the hooks just above the furnace, so he is awoken every morning by being set on fire, and then has to kind of deal with that kind of immediately. The main reason why he kind of coated the inside of this room with metal is because it kept getting set on fire. And yeah, I think he's been working on a gun that fires in literally every direction at the same time. He also
a grenade.
Yeah. No. The difference is you have to be there and pull the trigger.
I just duck really quickly.
Or jump really high.
Yeah. And in my spare time, he's gone.
Yo, I'm from New York. In my spare time, I like to sit down with a nice cup of iced tea.
When I'm fixing things, sometimes I take one of the other guns and I sharpen it to an axe. And I think he just sharpens the handles of some of the guns they take into an axe and just uses them to throw. Just because, why not? Yeah, he's
Delightful.
he's all good. I think he's trying to work on a way to stop his. He likes to, when it's really hot, he likes to take like the top half of his jumpsuit off and tie it around his waist. But because he's so greasy, it always slips down, and he just can't quite get the technology
Does he need
to stop it.
braces for his?
He's
for his
working on
casual
it.
wear?
He thought he was onto something with the braces of defense, but they're not the right kind of braces. Yeah.
I hate when that happens, when you don't have an image of the final product and you just follow the instructions and you get there, it's like,
Oh,
I was aiming for a lasagna, but I've actually made lobster thermidor.
Just say these ain't no braces at all. Look at it. And then he just throws them on a pile because they're fucking useless to him. There's just I think the other thing he does is he will get like a piece of fruit, and he's got a one like a small like a hogshead barrel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he pulls the cork out of it, and he just pushes a banana into it, and you kind of feel like a wet squelching sound. Then he corks it back up.
What is that?
The barrel does have writing on the side of it, and it just says monkey. The barrel's about this
I was
big.
going to say, is that a weird fetish thing?
The barrel is this. Yeah.
Well, what does Guy Captain normally do on a standard day?
Oh shit. Guy Captain steers where he's told to steer, because, you know, one day they're going to steer at home. One day they're going to go back to port.
Going dock to dock, hoping that each dock is the last.
Yeah. I imagine
That's a Quantum Leap reference for those of you paying attention.
I like to think he probably does go with the crew sometimes, because he doesn't want them to just abandon him without making the sail. But I also have this horrible suspicion that sometimes Keres convinces him to like babysit the dolls, and Guy Captain just has to sit in this like rattling room of porcelain dolls, just
Having a tea party with them?
yeah.
Because I will know. If you don't, they will tell me.
Yeah, like he's so scared of Keres. He's more scared of Keres than he is of the dolls. So it's like the lesser of the two terrifying nightmares to exist in.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Natural Pengu.
Thank you.
With your
so
8
much.
raiders.
I love like in my head he's becoming more and more the old guy from Rosie and Jim, the old sort of UK based children's TV show. Just
Continuing
just
on
sort
the
of-
long tradition of making references that none of our American audience will get.
He's just out here steering the boat, making cress and and
But
shearing
he's also
sheep.
he's still so young. Like I imagine he got the job when he was like 16. So he's now like 25, 26.
26, yeah.
But he's also not really been able to mature much, because the only influences he has are this crew. So he's like this weird, he's in his 20s, but he's still kind of 16. He still doesn't really know what's happening, or he just wants to sell the boat.
Oh,
I love
poor
it.
boy.
And what does a normal day look like for the terrifying Keres?
You really call it a normal day? No, to be fair, I think.
Well, normal is subjective, darling.
Yes, I think a normal day for Keres is waking up and tending to the dolls first and foremost. I think the morning is spent up in the crow's nest for a couple of hours whittling the next peg doll,
Yep.
and giving them a name and
Yep.
all of this kind of stuff. I think sort of the midday is for actual work, I suppose. As the ship's kind of quartermaster, I think a lot of Keris's time is spent popping down to speak to Greece about making more bullets and making more sort of cannon shots and things like that, making sure that we have enough, and equally probably sort of telling him off ever so slightly for taking all of the spare nails and all of the tar from the sort of from the stores, because bulking's got a bulk.
To be fair, Rico's probably just producing tar as it is.
It's just sort of like an off. It's a byproduct of existing for this man. I think at some point, I think Rico maybe made this like 8 years ago and then thought, nah, she's too creepy. But Rico does definitely somewhere have a gun, that like a revolver that he's retrofitted to have big enough like barrels to fire these peg dolls out that Keris is making because he didn't quite understand what she was doing. Like, he assumed it was like a spell component, and he was like, oh, no, I can help with that. And then when she starts talking to him, he goes, she probably doesn't want this.
Well, that is a fine and wonderful description of normality for yourselves. However, we join the action not during a moment of normality. No. We join the action during a moment of abject chaos. You guys are being pursued by your rival, Echo Flynn, the drow elf. The mastermind, the elegant mastermind, the captain of the ship called the Lone Sharks. You guys have owned them a lot of money for just over 10 years. You took out a substantial loan to buy a ship. You did not use the money to buy the ship. You are currently on the run. They want revenge. They're out to get you. And they are trying to stop you from getting away. Currently on deck, there are several members of the Lone Sharks. They have axes. They have maces. They have got clubs, because all pirates seem to have clubs. There's scimitars. And on the very prow of the Lone Shark, you see Echo Flynn standing there with a long musket, his eye trained to it. Not quite sure who his eye is trained on. Everybody roll initiative.
Oh my!
Including Captain Guy Captain.
Yeah.
Oh, poor bastard.
Oh, he rolled so low, guys. He's
Uh,
got so much
Captain.
anxiety.
Okay. Andy, what's your initiative, please?
20.
20. Lovely. Levy.
14.
14. Rico.
Hey, it's a 22. What are you going to do about it?
Keris.
17.
17. And finally, Captain Guy Captain.
Got a 5.
5.
Oh,
Wonderful.
So captain, my captain.
He's here. He is
So-
here.
Guys, maybe
Let
we
me-
should just steer away. Maybe we don't. Oh, shit.
Captain Guy Captain is actually an NPC. Just so the audience know, Captain Guy Captain is not statted. Hooray! Keep him alive. So, the Lone Sharks, there are several members of them on the boat. There is their ship encroaching upon you. The Lone Sharks' ship actually came out from under the water. The front of it is long and cylindrical, followed by a sort of shark-shaped body. It basically looks like a shark. It's got a weird arcane propulsion system at the front. Its head has this attachment that swings and thrashes from side to side, like the hammer at the head of a shark. Whoa.
See what you did there.
So,
Is it a nautical reference in this
yeah, it was,
campaign?
yeah. Did that make you oceanic?
Hey.
So, top of the round, Rico. What would you do to stop these raiders from being on your ship?
Hey, now you don't need to come onto our boat and start pointing guns at people. I'm fucking accents all over the place. Get used to it. He's gonna go. What are you gonna do? Blow my head off? And he's gonna do a finger gun, like right at the guy, and go. Poof, but an actual like blast of energy comes out of his finger gun and down the barrel of the musket being aimed at them, and he's gonna cast heat metal.
Oh, yeah, okay. Heat metal deals 2d8 damage, doesn't it?
That's if you cast it at level 4. Level 2. I'm casting it at level 4.
Okay, so that's 4d8 damage.
It is 48. He gets to make... Oh, no,
Makes
he
a con
doesn't.
save once the damage has happened.
Yep.
Makes
so
a con save to decide whether he holds on to it or not.
4d8. That is 12 on the first 2 rolls. Oh, very nice. 25 points of damage.
Thank you for the 25 points of damage.
Welcome
He will
to
actually
playing
he
against
will
me.
actually be taking the maximum damage for that heat metal as he rolled a natural 1 on his con save.
We're playing with some juicy crit rules here with
Playing
our boy
some
Josh.
juicy rules.
So
So that
that-
is
Love to see it.
32.
32. 32 points of heat metal damage as you see this long musket glow hot from the end, and then this heat expands down the barrel, going to the hands of Echo Flynn. There is an explosion that forms at the prow of this ship as the gunpowder in the rifle explodes in Echo Flynn's face. Anticipated, perhaps, by Rico, not necessarily by Echo Flynn, who thought about bringing metal. You don't bring metal to a guy who has heat metal. You don't bring metal to a heat metal fight.
Hey, you getting pretty hot under the collar?
The consequent explosion causes additional damage to Echo Flynn. Yep, doing 11 fire damage. So that's
Fuck your gun.
43. And Echo Flynn also falls prone, falling out of your eyesight. You can't see him no more. Thank you, Rico. You have a bonus action, should you wish to use it.
Well, that's
And
a concentration spell.
It's still persisting as well, yes.
Yeah, so that gun do be hot.
Yeah.
Let me just figure out what I can do as a a boner action.
Fuck you! Why did you say? Why with the boner?
What? You know, sometimes
It's a natural part of life.
it just is. I think I'm gonna.
And if it's any consolation, Nikki, you as a person, you take 2 psychic damage.
every
Not
second
Rico,
of
just
my
Nikki.
painful existence. I think that's going to be it for Rico. I think he's in so painfully cocksure. Like I think the stance has widened, and I think he's like, if a man could recline in air, he would.
Rico's too confident to die. Next up is Andromeda. Andy, the Echo Flynn has fallen out of your eyesight. There are still this boat charging towards you. There are still several of these corsairs on the deck. I've just broken a hairband.
I kind of froze for a second and came back to discourse about hairbands, but that is fine because I'm assuming I'm just going to do things, and if I cannot, you will tell me.
Yep.
I'm going to start by casting Tidal Wave.
Nice.
Standing, I think, kind of just arms crossed in front of her, looking unimpressed at the boat ahead, quite calm, and just eyeballing them with contempt. And a tidal wave
That's a
comes
save,
up.
isn't it?
They will, yes, the area is 30 foot long and 10 foot wide and 10 foot tall. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. And they must try to beat 18.
You'll be pleased to know that nothing in that area beats an 18.
Beautiful.
So you
So
send out
they-
this tidal wave towards the boat, presumably.
Yes, it will rise up and take them down on the deck of the ship, please.
Wonderful.
And also, they will all be knocked prone like the fools that they are.
They do all get knocked prone as this huge tidal wave of seawater rushes over the lone shark, pushing anyone who wasn't already prone further prone, pressing them against the deck, the top deck of this submarinous vessel. The force.
Anything
of
that was
your-
a light on the top of the ship will now be extinguished, and things and yeah, what else happens? It spreads across the ground and all that. Yes, that's fine. That's everything. Shall I work out what the damage is to these fools?
Yes, please do. As you see, not only all of the mariners get knocked prone, but the boat itself does a barrel roll in the ocean from the force of this tidal wave. Because my dice are betraying me today, as that is a second natural one.
Wow, buddy.
Wow.
So I just pressed because I don't have enough d8s. I mean, I do, but not right in front of me. So I rolled. It's 4d8 damage to each person. So it's 8. Each of them gets 18, and that's without. So your thing is that it's full damage, right?
Full damage to the boat, yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So that is 16. That's 32 damage to the
32.
boat and 18
Yep.
to each of the people.
Yep. As you kick more of these people on their ass and toss them around, you notice now that lots of them are no longer on the boat, because the boat itself is kind of upside down. You suspect anyone inside the vessel is having a bit of a bad day as well.
So I think she just, she is standing there looking at them like, oh, it's these fucks again. And the tidal wave, you would hardly even know it came from her. The tidal wave comes, and then as soon as it crashes down as a bonus action, Andy suddenly explodes into a constellation of stars twinkling in the sunlight. And she can't do anything with it yet, but instead of being a half-orc, she is now a kind of swirl of bright twinkling stars. And you get, though you can't see a face, you definitely get the feeling of contempt and judgment from her. Yeah.
That's fair. I think that's just passive.
Yeah.
It's also just
I
stark
often do from
contempt.
the start.
Yeah.
So you channel this this lunar infused starry power to send this formidable wave over the opposing boat.
For sure.
Using the residual energy to turn yourself into this exploding galaxy just upon the deck of the boat, glistening gloriously in the midday sun.
Big time.
Next up, Keris.
Why would anyone chase these guys? Why would absolutely anyone?
Because you owe them money, you fuck.
I would ask you this, DM. Can I, now that the ship has been kind of
Capsized.
can I
About
see
7.5 round?
any can I see any sort of major players on their crew? From where
There
I
are still quite a few of their crew members on the deck of your ship.
on the deck of our ship.
Yes, there are some quite burly-looking folk.
Oh, shit.
With axes. I did keep emphasising that there were people on your deck, on the deck of your ship, boarding
Cool.
pirates.
I
I hope
I
this
was
isn't
just
news
so
to
excited.
everyone.
I heard.
Oh, I
Okay,
did
I
not.
was just so wonderfully excited about being on a ship. I didn't hear anything else. In that case, I think I will sort of look. I've been in the crow's nest. I'll kind of look down the steps and take one of the guns from next
Barrel
to
of guns.
me. Yes.
There
barrel.
are some barrels around the entire ship are just full of guns.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
the gun barrels on this ship are like fire extinguishers in like an office block. There are all of the key choke points.
Yeah.
The anti-fire extinguishers on this boat.
Yes, quite.
I think I take my pistol from out of one of the pockets and look down and sort of look down at one of the pegs, Michael, and say, "It looks like you are going to get some friends," and I'm gonna take a shot at one of the people on the deck of our boat, if possible.
Do it. Roll to hit.
I'm gonna -5 to it for my what's it called?
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter Barracuda. And that was, don't know why I didn't.
Why are you shooting at barracudas? There's people on the boat.
That was rolled a 19, -5 is a 14, plus 13 is a 27 to hit.
13.
Hey, rogue's gonna rogue.
Yeah,
What
a
the
27
fuck?
does hit. Yeah, that just about does it.
Am I? I've never rogued before in my life. This is super fun. Would you consider me hidden currently, where I am?
I think that Keris, the second anyone starts getting on your boat, you find a secluded corner and you sort of hunker down.
I think
climbs
that's
in the
about
gun
right, isn't
barrel.
it?
Definitely, yeah. You're in the fucking gun barrel.
Honestly terrifying. A barrel of gun explodes and out comes a tiny little girl. Like, it's just fucking
I am one
Explodes
with
and you just
guns.
hear. Oh, the look of joy
Oh
on
my
Lydia's
God.
face! I can't deal with it.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll some damage. That is that's 12 plus 10 from sharpshooter for just the pistol's damage. I
Great.
will.
Tom, did you add the enhanced pistol I gave you?
No.
It's a +2 to attack and damage rolls.
Oh, incredible! So that's now 14.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
20. Fuck
Yeah.
me.
Oh, 14 plus 10, 24.
Yeah.
24 to start off with, and then we will. I think I'm gonna roll on D&D Beyond because otherwise it's ridiculous.
For that snake.
Maths is really hard.
Maths is hard, isn't it? So that's
So many
76. Roll those.
I will just say while you're doing math, the visual of seeing Lydia not in the DM seat throughout all of this has been just truly a blessing. Just quietly eating what appears to be a rice cake. Like occasionally she's fully.
I'm sorry
in
for
her
eating on stream, guys. I'm so sorry.
Well, no,
that's my food for today. So
Yeah.
It's
What I will
part of our
say
shtick, so you're good.
It's all part of our shtick. I have brought cake because we're baking and
oh,
D&D
that looks
podcast.
good.
Yeah.
Tiny
This is
angel
it's just a
slices.
fruit cake because while Pride Month is over, I can still eat a fruit cake.
I can tell you, I'm sorry because I know that the maths is over now, but just in eating that one rice cake, I now have just a bra so full of crumbs.
Yeah.
It's extremely uncomfortable, and really there's not a lot I can do about it other than just getting my hands right in there. So if that just be aware that that's my comfort level right now.
Sure.
I'm
Be
glad you feel
aware, dear
comfortable.
listeners. So that was 25 points of sneak attack damage.
That's 49.
Which is what 59 is it?
40. 49.
All
Yep.
told.
That's 59 points of damage. Yep.
And then I think I will use my. I'm so sorry, guys. I will use my whales of the. Where is it?
Whales of the grave.
I'll use
Whales
my
in the
whales. My whales will board the ship.
I will use my whales of the grave, and as it sort of hits a second creature, anyone that's watching sees sort of like the little outline of a small sort of doll kind of just raking at the person's face. That I do this too. So that extra damage will be.
That's half your sneak damage, I believe.
Yes, it is. So 4d6. So that will be 14 to the second person.
Wow.
Great.
Is the first person still up?
No! So, Karis, you sort of jump out of your barrel. You fire one of these pegs at this real brute, this real barbarian of an invader. He's got two huge, nasty-looking spiked hand axes. And the shot just goes straight through his temple. The camera pans ever so slightly as you see just splatters of pink and brown and white against the side of the
so
boat.
pretty.
And the bullet keeps going, striking a second crewmate as well, because that was a lot of damage. That was Pogger's damage. And striking them in the shoulder, they look up, and then this like spectral doll just flies at them, clawing at his chest, and you just hear like this from the spectral doll.
No.
As this
From the
second
spectral
crewmate-
doll.
From the
What
spectral
are
doll.
you? I wasn't around for character creation, and that's unsettling.
I wanted it
Thomas.
to be soothing whale sounds. I didn't want the screeching.
You don't, sorry, the whales from the grave, you want to be nice and soothing. Okay.
Yes.
The idea of
That's
someone putting on
Spectral, as this spectral doll flies out and you hear... Is that
Even worse.
better or worse?
I think Keris looks at the looks up at the second or down at the second person that that got hit and goes, "He likes you," as her hand sort of like comes down over using my reaction to just sort of like scoop up some of the soul essence from the person who's just died and just pat one of the other peg dolls and says, "You're Ingrid now."
terrifying, awful. You watch the guy who got molested by the spectral doll just sort of, his face wizens and then withers, and he just sort of, it feels like he chose to give up on the existence of existence.
Oh
And
no.
just hits the deck as well.
Oh
And
no.
I think finally with my bonus action, I'm going to hide, if that's okay.
Yeah, roll me a stealth check.
Back down into that barrel.
Just back down into the barrel, putting like a little lid over the top. Dun, 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 dun.
That was a 3, but with reliable talent, that is a 25. So, oh, actually, I have advantage on stealth as well. Hold on. Fucking yeah, it's a 25. To my
For everyone's reference, we're level 14, so get used to this shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all level 14. And the joys of having a level 14 rogue is that just I guess no skill check is important.
And things die.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's my turn, buddy.
You believe yourself to be hidden.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you very much.
So after this massacre is the turn of Levy.
Yeah.
With my Chevy to the levee, and that levee
was wet. I have a question.
Fucking
As I
drenched.
feel like we've had to try and outrun
Lone
Echo
Shark.
Flynn
Yeah.
before and the Lone Sharks before, but because they came out of the water, do I feel like we could get away quickly if I use the power of the wind? Or
yeah, definitely, absolutely, 100%.
beautiful. Then in that case, Levy towards the back of the ship is just gonna flip the bird to Echo Flynn, even though he can't see her right now. Fly up and hover in the air in behind the sails, and she's just gonna summon all of the weather and make a really strong gust of wind in their sails.
Yeah.
Which I think is a bonus action as she guides the storm.
Beautiful. You do. You guys feel this familiar coalescence of clouds and wind and weather starting to move your boat along, gaining distance away from the lone sharks. Anything else on your turn, Karis? Not Karis. Fucking Levy.
Are there still people on our ship?
There are still people on your ship.
A lot or
Enough to be an inconvenience.
Oh, very annoying.
Guards now.
Alright.
Yeah, they're just cabin boys.
You're our crew. Then once she's done this, Levy whips out her pistol and just fires it down at one of them. Like whoever's in the middle, and shoots down not a bullet, but a lightning bolt as I cast chain lightning.
Nice.
So I'm gonna hit this guy hopefully and 3 others.
Chain lightning, is that a save or is that a to hit?
Deck save.
Dex save. Wonderful.
So 4 deck saves, got to be an 18.
Sex day.
Nope.
I should roll this down.
Are you so you don't have to roll? Rolling, Michelle.
I've got to roll damage.
Yeah. So that is 3 fails and 1 natural 20 success, unfortunately. So your lightning bolt arcs down, and the first person that you see, because you're doing this reflexively, you're not really choosing a target, you're just aiming at the mass of people. You see this, like, what can only be described as like a Victorian orphan boy, who's clearly joined the Lone Sharks to try and make something of himself, try and get some experience in the world.
Oh, no.
And you see as this, like, blue crackling electricity arcs towards him, flecked with sort of glints of this red demonic heritage that you have. How much lightning damage is that, please?
35 points of damage each.
That's a cooked orphan for you.
Oh,
Yeah, basically, as this poor boy he's only got a dagger in his hand, he's wearing these like really
He came onto
tattered-
our ship with a dagger. What?
Yeah, I know.
Fucking idiot.
Wearing these tattered breeches. He's got a waistcoat that looks like he nicked it from a dead person. This lightning strikes him, and
Wait, he's only wearing a waistcoat.
and the tattered trousers.
Okay,
As
so
well.
Balls akimbo.
He's there with a dagger, a waistcoat, cock out. No, the lightning strikes this poor cabin boy, and there is no remnant. All that is left of this cabin boy is like
A waistcoat?
a slightly warmed dagger, unfortunately.
Oh,
the waistcoat too blown
God,
to
what a
smithereens.
waste the waistcoat
The lightning
went.
arcs off, heading towards what appears to be a Triton. So a person with a beautiful blue skin. They've got these tattoos across them that are glowing. And you see they're wielding like a rusted trident, trying to thrust it into one of the mechanisms in the ship. The electricity is connected to this trident, and you watch as this Triton as well just turns into fish food. The Ark then moves across to another like really burly looking dwarf, unusually wearing heavy armor and like a big war hammer as well. It's just the next logical target for the lightning, as you watch as this dwarf's beard sort of gets singed from the bottom all the way up, going to their face. A very cute face, actually, once the beard is gone. It doesn't matter because the dwarf dead. The lightning then arcs out of the boat, heading towards someone in the water, towards where the Lone Sharks submarine was. You suspect heading towards where Echo Flynn was, but the water itself allowing this electricity to fully and safely disperse, not causing any further damage.
No berries and cream for them.
No berries and cream for them, you bastard. As you feel these gusts of wind powered by this storm magic, this wonderful, almost devilish energy that has propelled you guys through so many roguish adventures before, pushing you along away from the scene of your most recent genocide. Anything else on your turn, Levy?
No, but I think she might have a look over to Captain Guy Captain and just give him the knowing look of like, you should hide. You know the place, you know the cupboard or whatever.
Captain Guy Captain, where are you during all of this?
I imagine he probably started the combat at the wheel, and it's just been like his grip has just been tightening, and he's just been like shrinking down ever so slightly. Is there anyone left on the boat?
There are about 3 people left on the boat, yeah.
I mean, surely...
Like, they're all looking around like, Jesus Christ. Like, fantasy Jesus Christ. These guys are metal as hell. I'm not being paid enough for this shit. They
One guy
look
came
like
on with heavy armor and a war hammer. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's on him. That's on him.
I mean, surely in the last 10 years, Greece created a special cupboard that's just below the helm of the ship.
There's a trap door.
There's like a trap door opens and my captain can just get in there.
A panic room!
It's just a metal cylinder directly below where you'd stand, and basically one of the like the handles on the wheel, you just pull it and you just
Just like a little tiny space for his eyes just to watch.
Yeah, so we can make sure we don't die.
It also locks from the outside, so he can't get himself out.
Oh no.
Rico never remembers.
I mean, he's horrified by watching watching a bullet go through someone's skull, and then this like horrible like demon doll start clawing at someone. He's watched a small boy who also he kind of reminded him a lot of himself.
I will say that this is not the first like massacre that Captain Guy Captain has borne witness to. Captain Guy Captain, roll me a con save.
I was going to say I'd like for him to roll a con save to see whether he vomits or cries, you know.
Or both.
You can do both.
Bless him. That's an 8.
You cry vomit.
Buddy.
Oh no.
What, out of your eyes?
No.
That's up to the audience interpretation.
Oh,
that
so
one.
many nightmares.
I love that. It's been 10 years and he never gets desensitized
He
to
never
it.
gets
It's
desensitized,
horrific
yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
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 He actually talks to the dolls about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even worse.
He's got 47 therapy dolls. It's fine. He's okay.
Yeah,
One for every hit
he will tuck himself into his panic room, but I would like for it to have a little space for him to speak, because Josh has sent me like a reference point for Captain Guy Captain, and he does have a fun reaction that if that becomes handy I will use, but I'll need to
There's like, you know how like when you go to like a bank teller and there's those little holes in the perspex? There's like a perspex like face shape with like little breathing holes in.
Yeah.
That's perfect. So he can watch the horror
Yeah.
and speak, but he's not, can't do anything.
He's safe. He's safe.
It doesn't help at all because he's like, now I'm trapped and can see. Fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask Nikki, what's the likelihood that Rico would have put mirrors and like a small sound system in that panic room?
As in, there's no mirrors. There's no mirrors in the panic room, and
Okay.
it's not like a powered sound system, but there is. You know how the classic like Beethoven like ear horn. There's
Yeah.
one on the outside that goes directly to both ear holes where Captain Guy Captain would be. So when anyone speaks into it, it's painfully loud.
Oh, we're
Right, so
horrible.
it's not elevator music. It's hellscape.
No,
I can
it's-
hear the horror.
So Captain Guy Captain
Genocide.
goes into the panic room and hears the screams of
It's
people being
louder, and you can't run away.
Wonderful. That's what I like to hear.
His eyes just glaze
That's
over a
what I
little.
signed up
This is yeah.
So he's going to panic in the disgust room.
Yeah. Yes.
Very good.
Thank you.
A round of applause from Lydia. Fuck me.
as
I've
Guy
never said
Captain-
anything that got a round of applause.
As Captain Guy Captain cries quite loudly in the panic room.
He keeps a thumbs up though, just
He keeps a
for
thumbs up. He's like,
support.
"You're doing really good." Captain Guy Captain, would you like to say anything at this point in time to your clients?
Prospective clients.
Not right now. He's going to
No?
save his pearls of wisdom.
Are you going to miss the opportunity to make a hella sales pitch to the new boarders?
Yeah, I think he is at this point. Only
Okay,
because of all the
that's
crying
fair.
and the vomiting.
I
There's,
understand.
Compose yourself.
it's very
Yeah.
overwhelmed.
As the sobs of Captain Guy Captain leak out of the panic room, sort of trickling through the sound holes, actually coming out of the little ear trumpets, the remaining boarding party sort of look at each other. They all shrug and then run and jump off the side of the boat. You hear this sort of unison, just like, "Ah! No, I choose life! I choose life! Ah, what a world! What a world!" As they jump over the side, hoping to continue living.
Yeah, you better run. Yeah. This ship's got a warranty and you're not on the documentation.
You tell them, Captain.
Can I shoot one of them while they're in the water?
Yes.
What?
Get in on that action.
Okay.
This party want no survivors, DM.
I understand. Yes, I did do a session 1 with these people. I understand.
No,
So well,
Karis, I think
hang
Karis,
on.
is-
This music's a little bit jolly. Hang on, I'll pop back to the previous track. So we'll stay on
Karis
initiative
does not involve herself in the murders. She is very, very excited with the new friend.
She's too
Ingrid.
busy gathering
Uh,
bones.
Indeed.
What terrifies me is this is the peg doll she's just finished making. Like a terrifying prophecy. Every time she makes a peg doll, she kills someone moments later.
She's just very
It works.
crafty.
It just works.
Rico, what are you doing to shoot this poor guy?
Do any of them look at all smart?
Like intelligent or
Yeah.
well dressed?
Yeah, intelligent.
Intelligent. There was one elven character there. They seem to have like some sort of weird modified pistol. You would have immediately clocked as a rifle.
Kaboom. Yeah, I'm gonna take.
Bust a cap in his ass.
Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna shoot this cunt.
Babe.
It's fine.
What are you doing that with?
With a revolver, I'm literally gonna put it out and just spin the barrel really quickly, and then just like rapid press the trigger until it fires. Because I've got no time to wait.
I'm going to consider that a reckless attack.
I mean, absolutely. And I'm going to assume that my natural 20 hits.
Yeah, because a natural 20 in initiative will hit. It'll do that.
It's a 29 total.
Cool.
Wow.
So you can't see on that.
Double Double them damage dice.
Okay, so it is. Oh, not d6s. They're d8s. God forbid I not roll high enough on the damage. Oh, very nice. 32 points of damage.
As you aim your revolver, spin the barrel, you very coolly, sort of with your match in your mouth, do you say anything before you kill this person?
Yeah, I do. And it's not a cool quip. I think it's just his thing, which is just, hey! just as this person is turning around.
You take the match out of your mouth, you say, hey! This elf swimming away, trying to keep his gun above water so that the gunpowder doesn't get wet, turns around, looks at you. As he turns and looks at you, he vanishes beneath the waves, presumably taken out with this heavy lead shot.
And then I put the tip of the gun in my mouth instead of blowing off the... instead of going... I go...
That's hot.
Oh my god.
Aren't you made of oil?
Yep.
Is that dangerous?
That's so dangerous.
Incredibly so!
Good thing you've got a jacket that stops you from catching fire.
Yeah, it is.
Great. Bonus action? Question mark? He
I
asked.
mean, I've got them. I'm going to drop concentration on heat metal. I think we're past that.
Okay.
And then... yeah, I think he's just going to style it out.
Cool. You're gonna do a cool guy lean. Maybe smack the the panic room to make some sound come out of it.
I fired the gun right next to the little like sound intakes, so it's like a fucking horrific cacophony of booms.
Just blood running out of your ears at this point.
Captain Guy Captain awaits a sail or death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. Next is Andromeda. There are 2 people left swimming away.
I think, there's basically no need to do this, but I'm sort of stretching my legs, so I think I'm going to cast, I don't know, conjure animals, and there are 4 reef sharks now in the water, creating some kind of beautiful colors in the water.
So, Andy, you summon these 4 reef
and-
sharks. Oh, delay there. You summon
Yes.
these 4 reef sharks, and they sort of swim out from the depths with this wonderful sort of assortment of colours behind them.
You go, my babies.
They start tearing apart the remaining bodies floating in
Beautiful.
the water,
Yeah.
doing a bit of
I think
oceanic
if
cleanup.
can I ask? Can I see? You talked a little bit about that fucker
Echo
Echo
Flynn.
Flynn. Can I see him at all?
You cannot see Echo Flynn. The lone shark is actually very rapidly becoming a dot on the horizon, given the speed given to your boat by.
In which case,
by
I've got this
Levy's
move, but I can see that the sharks, that this would sort of be overkill to do anything else, because the sharks are making mincemeat of the people in the water.
They are.
But I have this extra thing that it happens each round because I'm stars.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of having anyone to fire my star arrows at, I'm going to kind of do a just frustrated shoot it into this like, oh no, bang bang, like.
Very cool. Yeah, you let out this.
You Echo Flynn, bang bang.
You let out this celestial, by the meaning of stars, energy up into the sky, making like a really quite nice fireworks show. As there are these people crying and grovelling in the water, which is quickly silenced by the reef sharks that sort of very quickly fly up and just drag them down into the depths.
Ah, what a
Presumably never to be
beautiful
seen
day.
again.
Beautiful.
Fuck's sake, I've literally only just understood. I've literally just got the loan sharks.
No.
Fucking hell, Tom.
Tom.
Took me so long.
It's okay, darling. I'll admit it took me a little while earlier when Josh told me. I was like, "That's cool. Yeah, that's a cool name." Oh, hang on.
I hate me.
Hang on a minute. There's a double entendre.
There's a pun there.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I was just
Fair warning, dear viewers. If you don't like puns and possibly concepts centered around puns, you're gonna learn to hate me real quick.
I mean, I think you're home, Josh. It's okay.
When you're here, you're home. It's all I've got. Man, I want some breadsticks right now. And you guys leave the remnants of the crew of the Lone Shark in the surf behind you.
Chunks.
The only thing, yeah, it's chunks. They look like cat food at this point.
Oh no.
Catfish food. Hey,
Cat.
hey,
Well, no, because catfish tend to live in fresh water while you're in salt water.
hey, fuck me,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, you fuck.
I'm not a fish guy, Josh. I'm just not a fish guy, okay? I don't like fish and I don't like horses.
You must hate seahorses.
Yeah, it's really the male pregnancy thing that gets me.
Wow, way to admit that you're a turf.
Oh, this is. Oh, I'm so very glad that people who are watching know enough that that is not a horrendous depiction of all of us.
Yeah.
Have you ever played with a DM that hates you? I'll give you the full experience.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Clarify, I'm not, but I still don't like seahorses.
Hey, so what's the protocol with taking breaks?
If you would like to take a break, we can.
I think now is as good a point as any to take a brief break after our introduction to the characters.
Tremendous. We'll be back incredibly, or shortly.
Yeah. How
Surely.
long?
Yeah,
I think-
you'll find out.
Maybe 10 minutes?
Grab a drink, do a poo.
Have a drink,
Have a
have some
poo.
cake, have a wee.
Have some cake.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Hey yo!
Heyo.
And then I said rectum. Damn near killed him.
What's a rectum?
Oh, that's why I don't see my proctologist anymore.
Oh God.
Oh, loan shark.
Hey, you see? Welcome back to Wicked Slice.
Oh my days.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Isn't Wicked Slice a fun name?
I think
hey,
it's
look,
great.
guys. This is a flawless collaboration. Well done, everyone involved.
Absolutely no flaw to it. We cannot go low enough.
1 second.
You burping yourself.
Pat myself on the back.
Oh, I see.
Oh, dear.
Now here's the thing, right? I'm aware that the culture at Wicked Game is for everyone to rag on Lydia. And I don't think I can support that, and I don't think I will support that. What I will support is ragging on Nikki,
Yeah, that's fine.
because Nikki looks like he's sort of 3 or 4 cutting insults away from just completely losing it.
The problem is, you need to find the cutting insults.
Yeah.
It's like my true name.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay. We all know that nothing will be more insulting to you than your degree. So, our wonderful. It's all right. I'm uneducated. Our wonderful crew have just escaped their rivals.
I killed a
Reef
man.
Sharks, captained by Echo Flynn. They did so with aplomb, rupturing brains, collapsing and capsizing boats, and turning a gun from a gun to a hot. Those are the 2 states of matter, gun and hot. Everything fits into one of those 2 Venn diagrams.
The 2 genders.
Yeah.
Gun and hot.
The 2 genders, gun and hot. You guys then make sail, moved along by Levy's whipped up winds, with their sorcery of storms, unintended there. And your boat makes haste. Now you guys have just been doing a bit of friendly pillaging of some merchant vessels. So upon your boat, you have a great deal of gold, you have a great deal of apples, and you have one particularly lost cow that was on the merchant vessel that you piratized. What I did forget to mention is that while we do have 4 of the members of the Wicked crew on screen, there is actually a 5th that has an insert within the game itself. Upon the ship, the test drive, there is a ship's tressum, which is a cat that has wings, and its name is Monty. And as you guys leave the I forgot the word. As you guys leave the Lone Shark vessel, sinking
It's
the
boat,
remaining
Tom.
crew
Josh, the word you're
members.
looking for is boat.
It's not a boat, though, is it? It's an underneath boat. It's an upside down one now. Yeah.
Is that
As
why
you
they're called
guys-
U-boats? Because they're upside down.
You're a boat.
No, U stands for under.
Christ.
You
Josh got a
transfer-
fucking round of applause. I get a whispered Christ. Fuck you, Lydia.
You guys make haste, and the tressum flies down from the crow's nest. There's a sort of a lovely, like a as it
Oh,
sort
hang
of
on. Should I help?
soars down.
Wait.
Oh, go on then.
Wait.
Monty's
wait.
here.
Oh.
No, the tressum is not black. The tressum is tabby.
How? Oh, well.
Find Stripey
Lloyd,
Cat.
get up
Where's
here.
Stripey Cat?
Stripey Cat doesn't wanna. You know, she's been fed now.
Lloyd gave me the filthiest look. I don't do things for you. No.
Monty
Mother,
soars
no.
down and sort of starts diligently lapping up at some of the person goo on the deck.
Oh.
Purring contentedly because it too is a psychopath.
Good boy.
Go ahead. Feast.
The ship then comes to life in a manner of speaking, as numerous unseen servants get upon the deck and start hoisting the rigging, scrubbing the deck, and generally doing things to make it ship-shaped. Which means that you guys don't have to worry about doing that, which is a really neat thing to do and really great consideration, which makes it more fun as a game, so you guys don't have to worry about doing the mundane things between high action scenes.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
You guys make your way. You most likely will be heading towards the pirate haven that all pirates go to because it's neutral territory, and if you die there, you become legally indebted to someone.
And you die in real life.
You guys make your way towards the Last Hope. Now, for those of you who listen to Dice and a Slice, the only D&D 5e podcast powered by Baked Goods, would have already heard about the Last Hope. But for those of you who are uninitiated, let me paint you a word picture by finding a text document that for some reason I cannot find. There it is. You sail towards the Last Hope. What was once a single public house placed precariously upon a granite shard thrust from the depths of the ocean, built by a single man as a testament to his own disregard for civil planning laws, the Last Hope has become so much more than a difficult-to-get-to pub. It is, for many, a place that they can call a home from home, whether escaping the humdrum of the day-to-day or perhaps running from the law. Anyone who can find their way through the labyrinthine, hopeless reef can find their place in the rough-shod buildings and wooden streets that spill off this rocky outcrop. As you approach, you see an organised mess of buildings that seem to range from humble homes to stores both mundane and bizarre. Indeed, there is a tailor there who will make a blood pact with you. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason for the placement of these buildings, with rooftops and storefronts crowding in around each other, almost pushing each other to the side, diligently connected by walkways, ladders and bridges, each seemingly craning for an inch of sunlight, like plants upon the forest floor. Sunlight is a rare commodity, unfortunately, in the Last Hope. It is a rock that is always damp, due to the ceaseless drizzle that plagues the igneous nation. The distinct lack of sunlight, too, makes it quite a dismal place and quite difficult to be in if you are a sad, sad boy. The streets are packed with folk of all shapes and sizes going about their day, from fishmongers to solicitors trying to ply their trade. So, here you are upon your boat, your swords freshly blooded, your souls freshly stained, your boat heaving with gold and merchandise and cow, as your captain, Captain Guy Captain, begins to negotiate the hopeless reef. Alisha, can you please roll for me a steering check, a navigation check, which for you will be as a d20 plus your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency bonus, which is a +2.
Oh,
Well.
sweet baby angel.
I have no intelligence for the folks at home, so that is a
Excellent.
17. Sorry.
Oh.
You can also roll a d6 because a tiny
said so.
little a tiny little mote of stardust that you don't. She's very careful that you don't see that she's helping you, but just from behind where you can't see, a little star just pushes your elbow in the right direction when you're like, this. What's this?
Really small.
Steering wheel?
That's very sweet. So with my d6 on top, then that is a 19 on a steering check.
Add a +5 to that. Because
24.
Rico's got a separate, just a small propulsion system underneath the boat that can steer itself. And, he's just below
Are you
just...
talking shit?
What?
Are you just talking
No,
shit?
it's an artificer skill called Flash of Genius. I can use my reaction to make someone add a +5 to ability check or saving
I was literally
throw.
sitting here like, Nikki, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? You can't just come into this game and be like, oh yeah, no, add a +12 to that because Rico's covered in grease.
Well,
Which means that
unfortunately,
you're...
Josh, you made me an artificer, so I can do exactly fucking that.
I didn't make you an artificer. You made yourself an
You
artificer.
let me be an artificer. Yeah, so
And
you add a
hey, look,
+5.
Also, Alisha, just double it. Just because. Just because I want it.
Because Tom
Yes,
said
that's
so.
a 48 then on a boat steering check then. Yeah.
Great, so a 24. does, in fact, Captain Guy Captain, being surprisingly competent at making sure the boat doesn't take any more damage or scuffing.
Yeah, so
perhaps
careful.
not as surprising as perhaps it ought to be. Actually, Andy and Rico, you're both there like, oh no, I helped that. Right?
I fucking did.
Like Captain Guy Captain's not competent.
Yeah.
Are they?
How dare you?
Hey, sometimes you gotta grease the wheel. Because my
we
name's
don't have
Grease.
Steering
wheels,
checks will be done at
we're a boat.
disadvantage.
If you want wheels with the boat, I could throw those in for no extra cost. Like if you want wheels with your boat, I'll throw them in. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll
This-
take them.
thi-
They're free.
This
Yeah.
feels like a good deal.
Yeah, if they're free, throw them in. Yeah.
Fab, I've got the contracts downstairs. I can go grab them.
Oh, well, all right now we're kind of busy, guy. Like, can't we?
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, later.
Yeah, later.
Because if their ship has wheels and now we have a cow, it's kind of a big cart, yes?
Yeah, this actually, it's the Cart 9000. It's a new model
I don't
boat.
really.
You
want
guys
a
are getting
cart.
such a good deal. Like I've got. Oof.
No, we've been here 10 years.
Now, what I will say is when you guys first got this boat, the price that was quoted to you was 30,000 gold pieces. That was after you'd talked Guy Captain down a fair amount. Talked him down from
Fuck
like
me.
90,000 gold. He's
Guy,
desperate to make
It
the
was
sale.
90,000. We got you down to 30,000.
And then we stole it.
Guy would consider that a successful negotiation. Actually, he wasn't talked down. That's how you play the sale.
Yeah.
You know.
Guy Captain has real Ron Stampler vibes, for anyone that listens to Dungeons and Daddies.
Yeah. He does. Oh no.
You guys know that in your most recent pillaging, to be fair, it's been a long time since you guys did like a successful treasure quest or pillaging activity that didn't result in gold, at least 15,000 gold. But I presume you've been keeping this away from Captain Guy Captain.
This goes into a different coffer, yes.
Different pot.
I get an equal cut, which is 10
Rain,
gold.
cart, no cart. It looks like a mud pile or a compost pile because it's hallucinatory terrain.
Oh, that's
Yes,
so.
we all get 10 gold.
Yeah, an equal cut of 10 gold.
And
per
Rico melts the rest of the coins down into ingots.
You're right, big galera, isn't she? Regardless of his own incompetence, Captain Guy Captain manages to get the ship into dock up against a pier. The unseen servants take out ropes and latch it to the pier as well. A little walkway comes out the side, giving you guys clear access to the pier, so you can walk along the promenade and play on the penny arcades.
Yes.
Just out of character, very quickly, as a big old nerd, this is like walking down sort of diagon alley or something. I'm really enjoying the fact that we're at the last hope.
It's great. I'm glad that you like it.
Have we
whole
been here
thing-
before?
Oh yeah, you guys would have been here before. So the Last Hope is like a pirate haven. It is considered the most neutral ground, and everything here is basically the biggest pub overspill ever. You know how like outside a pub sometimes there'll be a car boot or like a wagon that sells like falafel or something. That's because we both live near Prince of Denmark. Not Prince of Denmark, the Whalebone, which has a falafel van out the side of it. That's the sort of vibe. It all just sort of has flown out to form its own functioning society. Another important thing to note about the Last Hope is that in order to get into the main mega pub, you have to have gotten a will. Now each of you will have had a will, otherwise you won't have been allowed into the pub. And the function of these wills is basically if someone kills you, they take on board all of your responsibilities while you're on the Last Hope. This was introduced in order to reduce the number of deaths that happen upon the island.
Does that mean if
'Cause-
Guy Captain dies, that someone else has to make the sail and he's free?
Yes. The person that kills Guy Captain has to sell the boat to these 4 assholes. Which is
Well,
why,
Good
why
to know.
when Guy Captain walks among the bar, he's just like, "Hey mate, do you want to kill me? Go and fucking kill me, please.
Stab me.
Please.
Stab me right now.
End me."
I've got a boat, you can fucking have it.
That's going after a sip of a beer, and that's all we let him have. Like, he gets real dark real fucking quick.
Oh, you know
Proper
for a
melancholy.
fact. You know for a fact that Keris is sort of plying the drinks from the drink wheel into Captain Guy Captain.
Oh, we'll get there. Don't you worry. So you guys step off the boat and onto the boardwalk. Presumably heading straight for the pub, unless there's a specific kind of shop you'd like to go to. Spoiler alert, that kind of shop exists here. I don't care what kind of shop it is, it exists here.
Can I
not
buy?
that.
Can I buy a
Sorry.
list of Tom's favourite babies?
Yes, you can, for the low price of your actual soul.
I don't think I've got one.
I think Keris is making a mental note to go to the doll shop, but
Yeah,
the
that's
haunted
fair.
doll shop. But I think first things first, 100% the
You
pub.
guys go to the pub.
Yeah.
All right, so you wend your way down the familiar streets. Now, an important thing to know about The Last Hope, among all the other important things, is that the layout often changes. This is because of tides and because of pirates. The real estate prices here are ludicrous, and people will often just steal houses. Be like, "No, sorry, it's mine. What are we going to do, kill me about it?" But you're able to find your way back. You can follow the signs. You can ask people. You guys are relatively, like, you're not famous here, but you're well known enough. If people, it's to be honest, it's mostly Keris and Rico, because Keris is proper creepy, and Rico is a never-ending source of oil.
Weird, that weird group.
Half of the pirate crews here have tried to steal Rico at some point.
Which reminds me, how long are we planning on being on the boat for? On the Last Hope for?
I don't know, why?
Because I'm going to set a bomb for that exact amount of time and keep it on my persons.
Wait, why set a bomb on yourself?
Hey, it'll be fine. We get off the island, I disarm the bomb. It's nothing.
So if we don't get off the island, then the bomb goes off.
Yeah.
Right. Look,
This makes
that may not be.
perfect sense.
That may
The energy's weird today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, what if somebody comes up and starts grabbing a Rico?
They can't grab you. That's the old problem.
I didn't say they was going to try and put a bullet in old Rico, but if they start grabbing and trying to put me in a sack, I got a bomb.
I think it is a very good idea. Nothing could go wrong.
Well, nothing's gone wrong yet, has it? All right, you do you, Rico. You're always gonna do you. I respect it.
Greece leads a
Just-
charmed life.
Out of interest, Rico, is this the first time that you've done this? I don't think it will be.
Hey,
no?
this ain't my first rodeo. It's my
Okay,
second.
good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, it's your second. It's your
He always has the way of making you forget about it.
Forget about it. Hey. It's just a bomb. It's just a little bomb. It's just a little bomb. Don't worry about it.
I was going to say something, but I can't remember what it was. Oh well. Oh yes. So as you guys are walking through the Last Hope past the various shops, you notice that the energy here is a little bit different. There's a lot of people, they look like they're recovering from being unwell. A lot of the shop fronts seem to have taken a bit of damage, looking as though they're kind of been pulled apart. You walk down one boardwalk and actually there's just a massive fucking hole in the middle, like an explosion or a massive upjet of water happened in the middle of it.
Pat my bomb.
Not one of Rico's bombs.
No. I don't think Rico notices fucking anything.
You got a passive of 10.
I don't see
Oh,
nothing.
no, you got a passive of... what is it? Oh, no, it's 10.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh.
if you don't see something, you can't say something.
But you do eventually get to the stone steps that will lead up towards the Last Hope. You pass a red-headed elf sort of sat on a rocking chair with a table in front of him. You all know and recognise Dreli, the pamphlet salesman. And he sort of looks up at you and says, "Oh, well, if it isn't the crew of Guy, Captain, how do you do there?
All right.
We're good.
How goes the sale, Captain?"
Oh, they're about to make a great choice. We're going to sign the contracts later. They've said they'll sign them today.
Roll me a deception check.
They said they would.
Or roll me a persuasion check.
Josh,
Just gonna
Yes.
reach up and pat Captain's hand a little bit. There.
I don't fucking like the
That's
cut of this guy's jib.
That's a 15.
You don't like the cut of this jib. What was that, sorry, Alisha?
That was a 15.
Okay, Dreli looks at Captain and sort of just says, "Oh, sure you are," and winks.
Guy just like widens his eyes. He doesn't quite get the wink.
Rico, this is fairly normal behaviour for Dreli. He does hold up a pamphlet and is like, "Can I interest any of you in a pamphlet today?
I
Only
fucking
a
trust this
cup,
guy.
just one cup apiece. We're trying to rebuild."
I will take a pamphlet from you today, I think.
Thank
What-
you very much, Keris.
What have you got for me today?
It's always the same pamphlet, Keris. You ask every time.
But I wanted. What if I want a different pamphlet?
You gotta find a different Dreli.
I will make a doll of you. And I will I will give the copper piece and take the pamphlet.
As the exchange happens, he says, "You gotta buy me a drink first." He takes the copper piece and puts it in a bag. It sounds like it's a really heavy bag, like there's a lot of copper coins in that bag. Keris, the pamphlet, as many pamphlets that you've bought from Dreli before, it has on it the layout of the Last Hope, the mega pub that is the Last Hope, letting you know that on the top floor is the pub, followed by the bar, then it's the ambient lounge, and then it's the games room, and then there's a floor that is just a tunnel to any port, which you guys all know to be a well-travelled, oft-frequented brothel of high renown. Underneath the tunnel to any port is the dance hall, and finally there is the pool hall, which has been under construction when you guys last left. But you're excited to visit it.
Do you mean pool
Very
like
excited.
snooker or like a...
It's
It says
the
pool hall. That's what it says,
It's the
pool
pool
hall.
hall.
Poolhall.
Cool. I really still don't fucking trust this pamphlet guy. I don't know why.
No one does! No one ever trusts Dreli!
Yeah, he's.
It gives me
You're
bad
right not to
energy.
trust him.
Bad
Thank
energy.
you.
It's because
Thank
he's
you.
ginger, isn't it?
No.
How dare you?
We are big fans of ginger in this
Lydia
house.
started.
It's because Dreli is the red-headed stepchild of the Last Hope.
No, I think it's the fact that he's somehow made an absolute fucking killing out of selling the same pamphlet forever.
Thank you. Okay, I now feel justified in my initial dislike of Dreli.
I don't
He
trust
has a
him.
bad
I might
vibe.
kill him.
I feel like this is something that Rico thinks every time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, in hatching the kill Dreli plan, Rico's like, "I'm not going to have time because of the bomb."
Yeah. I'm A, not going to have time because of the bomb, and then also B, what's the fucking chances that is just fully his job, and then I have to sell pamphlets for the rest of my life? Absolutely fuck that. So,
True.
Thus is the duality of Dreli.
Want to buy a greasy pamphlet?
I can't get any change out of the bag.
There's actually a big sign next to Dreli that says "No change," and you guys don't know if that's a philosophical thing or like he doesn't give change.
No, it's about the pamphlets. They never change.
They never change.
They never change. Well, quite.
I hate
You
this
guys
guy.
make your way up the myriad stone steps to the Last Hope. Now, it looks like just a very small country pub with tiny windows and big doors made of beams. It's built on rock, which is dumb, but there it is. You guys do know that there are the layers below that go into the actual rock itself, the rocky structure, and you can hear music coming out of the windows from below, and there are little air pipes as well that occasionally sort of gouts of sound escape from. Stood on the door, the big double doors at the front of this pub, are two large ogres, who you guys know to be called Rob and Bob. You notice that one of them, unusually, has got like 2 bits of wood around one of his legs that has then been like wrapped up with a load of bandages, and he's leaning on what is probably like the handle of like a halberd or something, but he's using it as a walking stick or a crutch. They see you approach. He's like, "Oh, it's Captain Guy Captain's crew. You're the guys that sail on the test drive. We've seen you coming." "Yeah, we have seen you coming. Is it a good day for you?"
Yeah, pretty good day, I reckon. Got a cow, got some gold.
Why is it always Captain Guy Captain's crew? Why not First Mate Levy crew or Quartermaster Gary's crew?
I mean, if you guys sign the papers, it'll be your name that they'll say when you get through the door. If you sign Keris, they'll say Captain Keris Captain. Maybe not the last bit. I don't know what your last name is.
I don't know. Maybe later. We talk about this later, okay?
Guy is like pulling out a pen or like a quill and some paper, and then when he says maybe later, he's like, oh.
Rob says, "The reason that we call you that is because that's what's written on your paperwork. It's Captain Guy, because Captain..." And he takes out like a massive scroll that comedically just like goes down and then rolls along the floor and goes over the edge of a cliff. You hear a faint splash.
There's a cafe somewhere where someone's just had their eggs Benedict knocked off the table by a scroll.
It says, right here, it says Captain Guy Captain is the legal owner and guardian of the Captain Guy Captain crew on the test drive. And
well, this would make sense.
And there's 5 ticks next to it, which means that we've already seen your Willses, which means that you don't need to go and visit Wills's Wills. So you can come straight into the bar.
What happened to your leg?
Like the one with 2 functioning legs opens the door. The one who you just asked what happened to his leg. He says, "Oh, there was an incident."
I'm sorry, what did you say?
There was an incident.
It looks quite kind of gross.
Oh, yeah, that's because the blue lady, I was... He stops and he sort of stares out into the distance, like, what you say? Well, there was like these slugs, right? And then this blue lady, she hit me in my Achilles tendon, and that made me stop running around and trying to hurt the blue lady and her friends. But I was not in control of what it was that I was doing, so it is a good thing that she hit me. And my brother Rob, he was told to sit down, so he sat down and he did not get cut into the Achilles tendon. And then I woke up and I was in the pool hall, and then my brother brought me up to the top, and then we have done some. And he pauses for a second, like he's like chewing over the words. It's, I was subject to some battlefield surgery, and now that my leg is, I cannot walk on it, but I have to stand on the door to stop the people from getting into the pub. And then he has like this big, like genuine smile as I make Alicia's heart burst.
I hate you so much.
Would you like me to take a quick look at it? I'm quite good with things like splints and stuff like that.
Oh, I do not think it is a splinter. I think it was a big sword.
All the same, would you allow me, and I just sort of, very much like if he was a horse and I was just taking the hoof.
You've hit my absolute niche of descriptions there. Good job, Lydia.
DM
and
friends.
I just pick up I sort of lean into and pick up the foot. I don't know if anyone can hear me or if I'm like...
yeah, we can hear
We got you.
And sort of half like I'm cleaning out the shoe of a horse and half like I'm resetting a bone, cast Cure Wounds.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's full as well. So that's 13 healing.
Can you
As
roll
you
me an
just sort of hear a
athletics check,
crunch.
please?
I do a what?
An athletics check, please.
Oh Lord.
Because he's a ogre,
Got a big leg.
Leg big.
That is 25.
Yeah, that's fine. Andy, you sort of walk up
Strong.
to Rob while he's telling you about what happened to his leg, and you just you're like, yeah, ah. You just pick it up and you just cast Cure Wounds. You guys all hear this sort of star sound. It's like just for a split second before it's masked by like the sound of the tendons and the bones reattaching themselves in place. And it was not a splinter, it was like a sort of... Oh, that's much better. Thank you ever so much. That's really kind of you. The blue lady did not do this to me.
It's my pleasure.
You may enter into the last hope. I hope that you enjoy your stay.
I hope you have a good rest of your workday. Farewell.
I hope that I do too. And he stares off again into the horizon.
I think as we're wandering through, I sort of look up to Levy and go, "They have big bones. I would like to see them." And then walk back into the bar.
As long as you don't
That's
want to see my
horrifying.
bones, that's fine.
I hate that. All right. So, you guys walk in, and it is typical tavern fare. You've got sort of long, family-style tables with benches either side, populated with many, many pirates of all different shapes and sizes. If you can dream it, it's there. No animal folk, because fuck them. In the centre of the bar, there is a single barrel. Worded intentionally, Nicky. Cool. There is a single barrel that you all know is used for arm wrestle competitions, as is necessary in any sort of pub. There is the bar. It's made a sort of a thick wooden bar behind which are several bottles of all kind of different spirits. Not that kind of spirit, Karis. And most notably, most unusually to anyone first coming to the Last Hope, there are two things. One is that all 5 of the bartenders look exactly the same. They have got yellow and white pinstriped shirts with a sort of red waistcoat. They've all got a very fine, well-turned moustache that sort of has 2 or 3 rotations, all wearing, what's the word I'm looking for? All wearing suspenders, braces, and sort of medium to high-waisted trousers. They've all got greased back hair as well. Behind them you can see mugs and bottles sort of moving as though controlled by magical arcane hands. At the very, very back of the bar is a huge ship's wheel. If you were to put it into sort of relative size, this is a giant wheel compared to your normal ship's wheel. This is a wheel that has 100 spokes on it. This is the world famous Wheel of Drinks, and is a necessary part of anyone visiting the Last Hope that they spin on the Wheel of Drinks. Hey, it's the cat.
It's Kitty.
Mother. Attention, mother.
Oh, Malloy. So, you guys walk in, and you do see the landlord. He's got a broom in hand, because Beard is a very sort of... he's the sort of owner who likes to get stuck in, he likes to get things done. Beard has got a bit of a limp. He's got a bandage over his head, and his clothing all looks a bit ripped as well.
Hello, Beard.
Hey, hello there, Kellis.
How are you today? You look less good than you did last time.
If I was the sort of person who would say what I was like, I'd say I'm a piece of shit today.
Oh. Well, you don't look quite that bad, but you know. How is business today?
Well, today it's all right. It's all right today. People are starting to come back.
There feels like there is like something that a lot of people here are not actually saying, but are saying at the same time, you know?
Oh, there was a whole thing. It was awful. But it's all right. We rebuild.
Okay.
Help yourself to drinks.
Thank you.
As you know, spin the wheel, it's on the house. Just tell your friends.
I go straight up to the wheel and spin the wheel.
Roll me a D100!
Yes,
yeah.
D100 drinks.
Fuck yeah. What is a 0-0? Is that
That's a 100.
so? I got 100. Wait, no, wait. Yeah, I got 100. A full 100.
We were talking about this the other day, the zeros and the zeros.
Yeah, the zeros and the zeros.
Will anyone else be drinking from the Wheel of Drinks?
I'll
Well, I
take
assume
a-
it's the
I'll take a
dumb.
drink.
I assume it's the dumb thing, right?
We all got to do it, right?
Yeah, I imagine the one time Guy refused, he got like bombarded by other bar folk, so he's learned
Almost
now.
definitely.
Yeah.
When Guy walks in, like the bar kind of goes quiet.
All right, guys.
Rico, what did you get?
Rico got a 72.
72. What did Levy get, please?
87.
And Andy?
That's a good. Because I got a 0-0 and an 8.
80.
So that's 8.
That's 80.
No.
That's
No,
8.
8.
Yeah.
I got 8. I got 8.
Numbers are hard.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. So if that's the case, if it's 0-0 and then a 1, I got 1.
Yeah, because
Or
it's
100.
0, 0, and 0, which is 100 on a D10.
Okay.
So
God,
confusing.
Numbers,
So you got 1.
guys.
Sorry.
I got a singular 1. Sorry.
And Captain Guy Captain.
I got a 52.
Exactly
nice.
average. Well done, Captain Guy Captain.
The most mediocre. Well, we'll go from top to bottom. Garrus, you walk up to the wheel. You spin that wheel, but you're a small person. When you grab the wheel, you actually just knock it along 1. You try to heave your energy into it, but you don't quite make it. And it lands on Goblin Grog, a putrid green beverage. It is the cheapest rot gut ale in the land. It's the stuff that can be brewed from all kinds of ingredients, including Goblin. Tastes terrible, but it gets the job done. Gets you nicely pissed.
This is good.
Unfortunately, it's well known that this is basically like the joke drink, because any adventurer that drinks it will not regain any HP on a long rest, because he will be too busy vomiting and feeling awful all night long.
Oh.
That sounds like something that Tom's character would drink, yeah.
Yeah.
This is good.
As you know, you have to drink it because peer pressure. In real life, you don't have to drink anything anyone gives you. You can always say no.
Yeah.
Next up in
You
this
heard that,
light
kids?
and comedic... Sorry, Tom. You say something?
No, nothing. No.
All right. Next up is Rico. Rico, you spin yours. You've got a bit of swagger to it. I like to think you kind of knock it with your elbow and it just starts spinning.
It's like a hip check and just
Yeah, absolutely. Hey.
You punch it.
When you do it, everyone in the bar goes, Rico! And there's like one guy at the bar that goes, fuck off!
It's just another Rico who fucking hates it when I'm nearby.
Another
He's a
Rico,
man called
yeah.
Rico, and people shout my name at me fucking constantly, either angry or happy.
That's Rico Jones.
Yeah,
the,
he fucking
Dwarven
hates me.
It's
Love it.
Rico Astley.
People call him Rico too, and it makes him very sad because it's a family name.
Oh. Your wheel spins. It spins quite a while. And you eventually land on a drink called the Dwarven Hammer. A thick liquid that is black at the bottom and gold at the top. It is a mixture of strong bitter ales, dark rum, and coffee. Most people put raw sugar on the top of the foam to get a sparking effect.
Fucking
While drinking this, you feel sort of your chin area. The oil around your chin starts to thicken and coalesce into different strands, and you start to get this like scraggly, oily beard coming out of your face.
it's coming out of my face.
And then you feel like the rest of the hair, or like what constitutes hair on your oil genasi body, start to get longer and more unwieldy as well. as this dwarven ale really starts to like make you feel dwarven. Can you make a con save for me, please?
Fucking gladly. Right, so I didn't roll amazingly.
Did
But-
you just become a dwarf? Just change his race right now.
So my con save, 18.
18. You're able to ignore the itching sensation that like starts to happen all over your body because you're too cool to like scratch yourself.
Yeah. I've got a switchblade comb that I use instead.
Yeah. What scratching scratching all over your body? That's a bad look.
I've immediately styled my beard and my new longer pompadour.
Next up is Levy.
Oh God.
Ooh. Okay. I actually have to open another table for Levies,
Oh no.
which is exciting, isn't it?
We love that.
Ominous.
Levy, can you roll me another
dead.
Can you roll me please another D100?
A D100.
Oh no.
A smaller wheel comes out of the spoke.
58.
Okay. Okay. Normally in the podcast, all this stuff gets cut out, so it's a much smoother listening
Hey.
experience.
It's all good. It's also, just while math, it's an excellent podcast. You should definitely give it a listen.
Yeah, everyone check it out.
We've had links in the chat. I'm sure Ash or one of the mods, if you can throw that back up, that'll be lovely. I appreciate it.
And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
You might be wondering, what happened to the ogre? What happened in the pub? Why is Beerbeard so stressed? Oh, if you listen to the podcast.
It's all in the
You'll know.
podcast.
You
This
brought it
is
up.
literally this entire thing is just going to be incredibly masturbatory for me.
Yeah.
It's
like,
just going to be
here's
Josh
this-
going, hey.
Here's this
Hey.
rich world that I built, and look, the repercussions. Oh my god.
And I'm gonna.
Consequences.
I've been listening to the podcast just to figure out what NPCs I should kill to wreak maximum havoc on the actual podcast.
Oh, there is.
And the thing-
I do actually have a message to send on from you from
yes.
Jazz and Alice. And specifically, it's from the character Hendrix that Alice plays. Hendrix is the damp warlock of the group. Hendrix
crabman.
says, "Don't break our shit." So
But the most concerning thing is that we're still like, compared to you folks, we're still baby level in the campaign. So I'm here like, oh yeah, I've got a big tough barbarian. Oh, I'm level 6. Can't do shit.
but I do let the podcast folks. They just take maximum HP because there's only 3 of them.
That's fair.
Yeah, she's buff.
Hear that, Lydia?
Yeah.
You hear that, Lydia?
Yeah, Lydia.
Lydia's
Oh, the
too busy
connection.
being yelled at
Oh.
by Malloy.
Yeah.
Mother, feed me.
Mother, I want food.
So, Levy,
Yes.
you go up, you spin the wheel. You've got I imagine you've got like a casual elegance almost to it. You go up, you sort of
Yeah.
spin it just like a flick of the wrist. It spins around and eventually lands on, and I'm really genuinely sorry. It lands on a drink called the Hop, Skip and Go Naked.
Oh no! Nah, Levy's fine with this. This isn't the
It-
first time this happened.
It is a light green, strong mead with a very high alcohol content. Imagine, if you will, something brewed from the best barley, hops, and herbs in the land. It is known to get the local townsfolk to do things that they normally might not do with just one goblet, hence the name. I shall now read from the document. Any character that drinks this must roll on any carousing table. I suggest this one, the bigger, badder, longer, uncut D100 carousing table. Which you did.
Yep.
And you got a 52.
Oh,
That's all I'm going to say on the matter.
Did you?
Oh, God.
I got 58.
I was going to say,
Oh.
I got 52 on my drink.
Oh, I'm sorry, you got a 58.
Is that something better or worse?
Which is all I will say on the matter.
Oh no!
I'm
So
worried.
sorry.
Oh no, Levy. Alright.
Why?
Josh,
Thank
you
you,
can't
Rose.
leave us hanging. We're so desperate
Huh?
to know.
58. After a long night of carousing. This is what will happen So Levy,
Okay.
you will wake up in a temple, naked, behind the altar. The first of the faithful are starting to enter for their services. Someone has defecated in the offering dish.
Can I just add that Andy would have definitely guarded her and like been her bodyguard for the night.
I like to think that Levy is that person on a night out that no matter how much you look out for them, they just go missing.
Yeah, she just disappears.
Yeah.
She's too powerful to not fucking disappear.
Yeah.
To be fair, like Levy's got access to Thunderstep.
Yeah, I'm gonna look, Andy. I'm gonna go shit in the temple. You can't stop me. I'm gonna go do it.
Which brings us to Andy. Andy, you got there. You're big, you're strong, and you're very sensible and calm, but also like slightly unhinged. So you spin this wheel formidably, and it lands on the Roaring Eagle Ale, which is blood red with various fine chopped cloves. It's a strong, hearty ale with a strong, burning finish. No one knows why it's blood red in colour. Possibly because of the reaction of the water they use in the brewing process, or... My laptop has just made a noise at me. That's not what it is. No, do not close down.
Just
Made the brewing
disappears.
process, or because the barrels they use are made with blood rot trees, which grow in a special region where the Roaring Eagle is. Specialty of the Roaring Eagle, which has been shipped around the world. Can you please draw me a con save, Andy?
I can certainly fucking try.
It's not a particularly high DC.
Go on, fuck it. Fuck it.
No.
Ooh, sounds like she fucked it.
I'm gonna give myself a wheel, a D6. That's the second of my wheel, so that's 16.
16. You succeed in your con save. You feel for a minute like all of your skin gets really hot, like you get really unbearably warm, and then you become accustomed to this, and you've gained fire resistance for the next 16 hours.
Oh, perfect. That's good. Thank you.
I'm afraid that's
I'm
not very
shitting
zany.
and puking.
Yes.
whilst you have fire resistance.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased with the outcome.
At least you're not itchy all over or about to go and get absolutely rat-assed. Finally, Guy Captain.
Oh god.
No, don't make that face.
No, this is fun. Guy Captain, you tentatively walk up to the wheel and sort of spin it sheepishly, hoping that no one really looks at you while you're doing it, because you were never good at PE in school and it's made you very self-conscious about anything you do physically going on. Self-insert. It lands on Heart of the Halls, however. A clear beverage distilled from only the most select yellow mould. This bright, sharp spirit brings vigour and life to anyone looking for a good fight.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Your strength modifier is increased by 2,
Yes.
and you have an additional +1 to your acrobatics. You have +5 to your intimidate, and to like resist intimidation.
Oh.
And that is for the next 4 hours.
Is tonight the night?
I was about to say, this is all absolutely fucked us.
Oh no.
I was like, as Guy drinks it, he's really sheepish and he's like, oh god, I don't know what's going to happen. And he drinks it and he starts to feel good and he kind of stands up a bit straighter.
Oh.
And he notices like the other Rico just like giving him a look from across the bar. And he just like dead eyes on him and just does this.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Yes.
I'm still going to beef the roll. You wait. What is it, a +5 to my intimidates now?
Yeah.
Is that plus my normal charisma?
Yeah.
That is a 17. Oh no.
Oh.
from the other side of the bar, you hear the other Rico, who you all know to be a Goliath.
No. See, the problem is, he said
fucking does it! And he flips a table across the bar. And you see this Goliath stand up, easily like 8 feet tall, completely bald but covered in like back alley tattoos that look painful. They're healed, but they look painful.
I'm so sorry.
Other Rico is wearing a leather jacket. And he goes into his pocket and he takes out like a thin black cylinder, possibly made of like stone or wood, and he presses it. And this great sword just like comes out the other end. And he levels it at you, not Rico. Levels it at you, Captain Guy Captain, and says, "Do you want to fucking go?"
I'm so sorry.
Can you roll me like an insight check to repel the intimidation, please?
as he does the thing with the sword, Rico Grease is going to lean over to Levy and just go, "I'm going to steal that sword."
Nice. Alright.
Is this plus my +5
Plus
to
5
resist?
as well, yeah.
Okay. And it's an insight. Oh, I don't have
Yes,
any
please.
wisdom. That is a solid 12.
He rolled a 4.
So I resist his
So
intimidate.
he's there with this great sword like out, fully stretched, and you see his arm is sort of shaking under the weight of it. And actually, when he said, "Do you want to fucking go?" That's what it sounded like in his head. Out loud, it's like, "Do you want to fucking go?"
Okay, so Guy is gonna he's gonna take out his long sword in one hand, and he's also got a hand crossbow in the other.
Call it a
he's
pistol.
gonna-
I'm about to say, there are so many fucking guns on this ship. How on earth does he not have one?
I've only been given
Captain
a
Guy
hand
Captain isn't
crossbow.
allowed to have it.
Rico opens the door to his cabin and he has to like, kick guns out of the way to walk out. Like, it's just...
He pulls out his hand crossbow or his pistol, whichever we like, and he just stares at this Rico guy and goes, "Mate, you're about to get Rico rolled."
That is the single coolest thing Captain Guy Captain has ever said.
It
He
also,
won't remember this tomorrow. He's in
No,
like a
he won't.
fugue state. He doesn't know
He
what's
is in a
happening.
fugue state, yeah. The other Rico like looks at you, looks at his sword, folds it in, tries to sit down, and then like all the people around him are like,
hey,
"No."
give us the sword as an apology.
Roll me a persuasion check at advantage, please.
Oh fuck! I'm so bad at this.
You've got an item that gives you advantage on charisma
Yeah, and take
checks
it to
anyway.
D6 as well.
Oh, fucking love all this shit. We're level 14. We can't die. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, dear.
Just full D's. Yes, 24 before I add anything.
Yeah, but I don't think you got anything, have you?
I don't know. We'll find out. I don't think so.
Other way.
Is that with your D6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled an 18 on my D20 and a 6 on my D6.
Limey.
Intimidation or persuasion?
Persuasion, please.
Oh, that's a +3. So that is a 27.
He goes to sit down. His mates look at him like, "No, mate, you can't sit here with us anymore." And you say
can't
this
sit
from
with us.
across the bar, like, "Oh yeah, give me a sword." And he sort of looks at you like, and then looks at the flick sword, and looks at you and is like, "Yeah, all right then." And sort of just walks up to you, like dragging his feet behind him. He just sort of puts it down on the bar and says, keep the change or whatever. And he just like walks out of the pub. Everyone watching this really sad Goliath.
Oh,
Captain Guy Captain, you're there and you're like quivering with all of the rage of a chihuahua.
He wants to stand on the bar.
it.
For everyone to cheer. This is the best night.
Is anyone going to stop Captain Guy Captain from standing on the bar?
Absolutely not.
Do it. Go on, get up there.
Have your singular moment.
He wants to raise a cheers to the tavern is what he's going for. You know, he feels like king of the world right now. And he just yells, "I'm gonna sell this boat!"
Just the people at the back of the tavern didn't hear you, and that's where the cheer emanates from. And everyone else sort of gets communal peer pressure into cheering. It's like, "Way!" And that sort of sets the tone for the rest of the night. You guys spend your gold happily, willingly, pleasurably at the pub and the Last Hope. I think, honestly, you guys probably spend most of the time drinking.
For sure.
Rico does go to the brothel at one point and leaves pockets lighter, but, nutsack's heavier than ever.
Oh, Rico.
Yeah.
Don't like that. We'll address that momentarily. Tom, you wanted to say something before Nikki poisoned me.
Well, now I have 3 things to say because I don't think that's how nuts work, bud.
It is for Rico. Rico
I'm
can't get
wrong.
friction.
Mate, I'm a nutologist.
Oh wait, that's where the pee goes.
Yes.
So if you, okay,
He's
good.
stolen the balls.
Firstly, I would like to make a note of the drink that Captain Guy Captain got, and I would like to try and find a keg of said drink because that was wonderful.
Captain Guy Captain had the heart of the halls. Now, what I will say, I think you guys visit this pub frequently enough. You know that the wheel itself is magical, and it generates these ales, possibly from extra planar cellars.
Incredible. The second thing, Keris, I think, goes straight over once this has all happened, straight over to the wall of posters and check our ranking, I think.
Yes. So on the second level in the bar, there is a huge chalkboard that has the rankings of all the pirate crews that are in the world of Nortiska. You guys go there. Sometimes there are individuals on there, and sometimes it's whole crews. You get there, and are you looking for yourself in comparison to the other crews, or are you looking just for yourself numerically?
In comparison with the other crews, I basically, I think in true sort of in true imperialist fashion, I want to be at the top. I want to be the top dog, and I want to take out any competition.
Well, you go there, and the top dog, as always, is the Dread Pirate Scourge, who is notorious on the waves, notorious by all the guards that work in the various prisons around the world. You start to go down, sort of starting in the first column, working your way down and across. You go past a couple of new entries. You see there's one that's for a pirate that's called Talassa. That their rank, and the rank is sort of prescribed by the reward that you get for being brought back dead or alive. Their reward is a royal pardon, which is priceless, but they're not in the first column. So they've not murdered babies, but they're still a high ticket item.
Josh, yet.
Yet, quite.
Have they murdered any of Tom's favourite babies? That's important.
You sort of move a bit down. You get into the 300s, and then you see Captain Guy Captain's crew, just written there. And your bounty is 20,000 gold, which is less than the initial cost of your ship.
Has that decreased? Has our ranking decreased?
It doesn't seem to have changed much.
Okay.
What you do notice is that the crew of the Loan Sharks has decreased a lot. They're making their bounty is so much lower. Hey, Prue, their bounty is so much lower. They're in the 600s, in the low 600s.
Oh.
Well, listen, at least there's that.
And then as you're stood there, like this little chalk eraser comes up and just like and changes their position even lower.
Perfect.
As you feel as though you've slighted their honour once more.
I think I'll call over to Levy and sort of say, Levy.
Yeah, all right.
Why
What's
are
going
we-
on?
Why are we not going up in the rankings?
I
I want
want
us to up.
us to go up too. I want us to be right at the top. That's like the dream. But like, you know,
And who is this schmuck who gets a royal pardon? Maybe we kill them. I think we go after them. No?
right. How many times do I have to say this? We only murder if it's absolutely necessary. Yeah?
But it is necessary for us to go up the rankings. The rankings make us go up. Like if we are better at what we do, we go up the rankings. I want to go up the rankings.
Yeah, but we're not murderers, are we? We're pirates. We steal stuff.
But
and
why not
sometimes
both?
murder. I mean, sometimes we do a murder. It can't be the sole point of it, you know. Like if we're stealing stuff and this guy gets murdered in the process, then you know we can have a conversation. But Karis, you're so creepy. You got to do less murder, just a little less.
Okay, what? Okay, so who is the next person we steal from?
I don't know.
I just
I'm
did a
working that
bad
one
thing.
out. You know, I'm trying to think what our next like hustle should be. You know, what do you fancy? You fancy murder, don't you? Yeah.
A treat.
All right.
Why is it like you're discussing what to have at McDonald's? Why is it?
That is how they discuss everything.
Can they have a McMurder meal, please?
You can have one murder as a treat, but that's
Yeah.
it for the week. That's it.
Can I please make it large?
A large murder.
Right, not Rob or Bob, okay? You can't.
No.
They've been through enough.
I'm not Rob and Bob. I don't need them to become puppets.
To be fair, Rob and Bob might not notice if you'd murdered them.
Josh, are there any like scarce resources within the Isles that would be
The Isles of
valuable?
Nortiska?
Yeah, that would be valuable for crafting dangerous things.
I mean, honestly, the most valuable resource in the Chartered Isles of Nortiska is land on which you can grow shit. Because there's a lot of salt water, there's a lot of really quite awful land. There is one island in particular that most of the food from the Isles comes from, and that's Furt Isle. Furtive Isle for long.
I was just thinking, what about like an unlimited source of fuel? And then I realised I am that, and that's why everyone keeps trying to kidnap me.
Yeah. As an oil genasi, it'll be like that. Prue, don't put links in the chat, you wonderful person.
Depending on what it is, you can ping a message a mod and yeah,
Send it to a mod, Prue.
basically,
so
is there
your
something that
unlimited
Rico would
fuel
want
source.
to steal?
Is there something that Rico would want to steal? Perhaps like a way for him to find out the true nature of his existence? The secret to being happy?
You think like an Indiana Jones like trinket in a temple somewhere?
I think more like, what if there was some kind of like real, like classic like Deus Ex Machina like unobtainium type material.
Roll me a history check.
Fucking gladly. I'm smart as shit.
Oh shit, boy.
No smart.
I'm smart as fuck, boy. That's a 23.
23. Rico, you know like a lot of really cool shit in the world. But you've recently heard whispers that like the underwater folk, especially around Nakoti, like the main capital city, the underwater folk near Nakoti have an entire city that people on the land just don't visit because they can't find it, And because if they do find it, like those that find out how to find it, they die. They die very quickly because it's well guarded, because it's like a secret. And you heard about this, and like you reckon there are some really like those fuckers gotta be hiding something delicious down there.
Lots of murder.
Hey,
Lots of murder, yeah.
you want to get us up top of that list?
Yeah. What?
I've been greasing the cogs, and I got an idea.
All right. What is it? What is it? Yeah. Come on. Let's hear it.
We find. Hey, I've lost my accent. Let me find that first.
Yeah. Find that. Come on.
Hey,
Find my accent.
so there's a hidden island I thought maybe we could take a look at, and then raid it for all it's worth and come back. You know?
Like, there's lots of gold and gems on there and stuff.
No idea.
So it might just be a random island in the middle of nowhere, nothing on it.
Exactly.
So what would be the point of that, Rico?
Hey, it might not. See, everybody else that goes there seems to forget about it or die.
So you guys discuss the potential of finding.
Also, can I give the flick out greatsword to? Was Rob the one that got his leg fucked up?
Rob was the one who had his leg fucked up.
Rob
yeah.
gets a present.
Oh.
Hang on a
I feel like that's going to have consequences for
that's
other
gonna-
games.
Don't break our shit.
He's gonna try and like cut his nails or his hair with it or something.
I was gonna
Rico
give
look at
him.
his nose and clicks the button.
I was gonna give him a
over the
shotgun.
course-
So
Over the course of the evening, Rico, you remember this flick great sword, and you're like, yeah, gotta give it to Rob. You go, you sort of stumble out there. You're a bit wobbly anyway, being an oil genasi. You're like, hey, gave you this, and he's like, oh, thank you, Rico. That's very nice of you. And you're like, you know in like Return of the Jedi, when like Luke Skywalker gets the lightsaber, the first thing he does is he like holds it to his eye.
yeah,
Oh, no.
yeah.
Rob does that.
I'm gonna use magical tinkering to make the button not work for a second, and be like, "Oh, hey, what you?" And I'm gonna show him how it works.
Oh, I thought it was a telescope. Thank you ever so much. That's very nice.
He would
of
have
you to show.
died. I would have
I
killed
don't-
Rob.
That would have hurt.
Hey, but don't worry about it. It didn't happen. And now you got a big sword.
And happen it didn't. You suspect he will use it to try and pick things out of his teeth in the future.
As long as he knows how to use
You
it.
guys spend the rest of your night scheming, plotting, gathering information you can on the Triton home city to try and plan a big heist, one last heist before you guys hang up your hats. Over the course of the evening, Levy goes missing. Like Levy goes to just visit like the lounge to grab a quick lungful of shisha, and then just doesn't come back at all.
Andy, if the moment that Levy's gone, Andy gets you can't really. She doesn't give much away by her facial expression, but she does go into a full panic and won't sleep all night. I'm happy to take the point of exhaustion. She's just looking all night.
It's okay.
That's so sweet.
I won't make you take a point of exhaustion. It doesn't matter. It's all play. It's fun. The rules aren't real.
If you keep drinking, you won't feel the exhaustion.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Drink
feel
your
very-
way through it.
Because that's how everyone
Yeah.
feels the morning after drinking a lot.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Not the opposite of exhausted.
Keep
Yes.
drinking and you don't feel it.
You spent your evening. Keris, you make a lot of people uncomfortable. Just not on purpose, maybe.
Just hanging on the
being-
back on the door of a cubicle of a toilet, so when somebody opens it, she's just.
Would you like to see my doors?
all
Would
of
you
those
like to
kinds of
see-
shenanigans. I'm talking over you intentionally. You guys wake up. Well, Andy, you don't wake up. You remain awake on the deck of the test drive. Keris, you fall asleep in the loving embrace of your porcelain dolls. And Rico, you sort of slop into your hammock Probably slip slop a few times out. Oh no, you said you were going to the Brethel, didn't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't have slept there because it was an unfruitful venture. But he did
so
go.
Rico, at some point you head to the 5th floor and you take the tunnel to any port, making it an absolute bloody hazard for anyone else wanting to visit the House of Pleasure. You're greeted by Kiri Stonejumper, the Goliath madam of the house, who directs you towards the person of your choosing. After a frustrating 45 minutes where you realise being an oil genasi, you just can't
It's just
get
not
the
happening.
friction required.
It's also the citalopram, to be fair.
Yes. You sadly trudge your way back to the ship. Levy, you wake up somewhere. It's like you're in like a house, and there is like this crudely made altar that you're like behind. You're covered in a sheet, and like you see all your clothes to one side, but they are covered in vomit. It might be yours, it might be someone else's. And there's like a smell in the air, and you sort of look around the altar to see what the smell is, and sure enough, someone has, to quote the carousing table, someone has defecated in the offering dish.
They've done a shit in the charity bowl.
Someone shit in the
We've all
charity
been
bowl.
there.
You then turn and you hear the door at the beginning of this makeshift temple open, and you see like this little old woman walk in. She's got like a basket of flowers, and she comes and she says, oh me, oh my, oh, what a horrendous, oh God. She sort of storms out. You take the opportunity to run out of this temple. You notice it's a temple to the nature and community god Raina. Roll me a religion check.
Okay.
You say
Right.
you say Raina.
Raina, yes.
Would Levy be that embarrassed being naked?
I really don't. I don't think she would hurry. She would.
Strut.
She would just stand. She'd. I don't
walk of
think
no
she
shave.
has prestidigitation. She would just kind of shake off as much of the puke and stuff as she could.
Sure.
Cast prestidigitation on your turd.
No, on her clothes so she can wear them.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 6, but Levy's not the brightest, so that's a 5.
As you sort of walk out of, as you strut out of this temple, not quite knowing what happened the night before, you see there's like lots of eyeball imagery in this temple, and you do feel like you're being watched.
Oh, creepy.
But you make your way in a non-voyeuristic, more of a judgment kind of way.
Like a Jesus way, not a pervert way.
Kind of as though you've just desecrated the temple of like the healing mother god,
Rain
like
is
the god
just
of-
into scat play.
the god of community. Yeah, and you just cleaned up the poo.
I wanted that.
Oh. But you make your way back to the ship, and you all sort of have a morning where you recap your evening. You notice Captain Guy Captain isn't anywhere to be seen.
Right, whose job was it to keep an eye on Captain Guy Captain last night?
I had the leash for a while, but then he wanted to go walkabout for a bit, and then I didn't see him anymore.
I didn't see nothing.
Right.
It might have been me. I lost a lot of people last night.
Are you alright, Andy? You alright?
I'm fine. I'm just really glad to see you again.
I'm sorry, Andy. Had a wild night.
Yeah, you deserve to have some fun.
You're cutting out
Literally,
occasionally.
the internet broke up there. We just made that the saddest thing that I've ever heard.
You really deserve to have a night off. That's so good weather.
Thanks, Andy. I appreciate that. I don't think sometimes I know I'm not the captain, but I feel like I don't get appreciated enough around here, so it means a
You
lot.
work very hard.
Thank you. I do. So thank you,
Yeah.
Andy. But is it your fault that Guy's gone missing?
I think probably yes.
All right. Okay.
Hey! We don't need to be assigning no blame. Nobody saw nothing. Nobody did nothing. Just forget about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, do we?
You guys do have like a shared sending stone that you can use to contact Captain Guy Captain at any point. The reason you guys have a sending stone is because Captain Guy Captain constantly goes on about how there are other people sending him messages about wanting to buy the ship.
There's loads
I have
of
a question for you.
guys. I've had messages all morning. There's loads of people
Did
wanting...
Captain Guy Captain buy us a phone so that we can
He bought
respond
you
to
a
his
phone.
text messages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His is
Calls
the only one
himself.
that we always go, sorry, whose number is this?
New
phone,
sending
who dis?
stone, who dis?
He's texting us deals all the time.
God, is it like Domino's?
Yeah.
Domino's, yeah.
Text you all the time.
Except for the fact that Domino's
People
are
buy Dominoes.
enticing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
People buy Dominoes.
Yeah.
So you do have a way to contact Captain Guy Captain.
I think do you have it?
Probably.
I can make some.
I mean, if you can make some, that'd be great. What? Oh, it's because we thought it'd be funny if we made Guy buy them for us.
Yeah.
That's why. Shall I phone
I
him?
can't be bothered.
Shall I message him? I'll message.
Hey, who calls someone
I
these
mean-
days? Just drop him.
Hey, Guy, where are you at?
Obviously, Alisha doesn't know where Guy is. I'm like, come on, Alisha, just say where you are.
Like, have I got a message somewhere that I've missed?
You get a response that says, "In the last hope, something weird is going on. Treasure map. Get here ASAP."
Oh shit! Yeah. He said something about treasure map.
Captain
and
Guy
weird.
definitely used ASAP as 4 separate words and
Yeah.
constantly wastes his words on sending.
AYESAYPEE.
Okay, if there's treasure, I
Yeah.
don't see why not.
Hey, 1 second. I just want to grab something. I'm going to run downstairs and grab my barrel that says monkey on it, my hogshead, and take it with us.
Sorry, that was me stifling vomit. Yes, you grab your barrel of monkey.
You can hear it sloshing.
Yeah.
When he does it all.
Awful. Hate it conceptually. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tomcat. ASAP, and by that I mean as soon as possible, thanks. Sorry, Alicia, I forgot to send you that bit of resource there.
What, the treasure map?
Yeah, no, the message to send to the others.
Oh, that's
So you've had that message from Captain Guy Captain.
Right.
I suppose we go. As I say, treasure is very important to
Yeah.
me. So
Hey.
if Captain Guy Captain has a treasure map, then I want that treasure map.
Yeah, exactly. I want the treasure map.
I'm just more worried about him getting killed and then some other jamuck's going to come and try and sell us that boat.
Very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
You all make haste through the Last Hope, through the winding streets up towards the pub at the Last Hope. You go up the steps, you say hello to Rob and Bob. Everyone has to say hello to Rob and Bob, otherwise they assume that you're trying to sneak your way in. And you get in. You see, in the middle of this pub, like an area's been cleared, all the tables been pushed back, and there's a crowd of people standing around where the barrel normally is. You know the barrel's not there because it's been pushed to one side. All these people are in this pub, and it's packed, and they're all standing around something. You push your way in through the crowd, looking out for Captain Guy Captain, who has conveniently got himself a place near the front, using his residual strength and charisma to sort of muscle his way to the front. And you guys see on the floor a naked from the waist up human. with long brown hair, sort of, but laying face down on the floor. By the looks of things, they'd sort of been moved in here and placed on the ground. By the direction of the water drips, they've come from below, one of the lower floors. Their body, it seems to be sort of bloated and sort of pale, like they've been at sea for a long time. Everyone roll me a perception check. Not Captain Guy Captain.
He rolled a 3 anyway. He's.
Captain Guy Captain would know this. It's been explained to him very slowly.
Ah, I see.
17 from me. 30, Tom. Did you say 30?
30?
Yeah.
Cool.
You can see
Ian,
colours.
what did you get?
17.
17. Nikki?
8. I didn't see that.
What did you get?
8.
He said 8, not just A.
Oh, I think it's an
You just thought
A.
you went, hey!
I hate having ears. And Michelle.
Excellent.
I rolled a nat 1. I think Levy's just still picking vomit from her coat.
Yeah. Levy, as you walk in, there's like 3 people. They just sort of turn to you and they're like, hey, hey. And you don't recognise these people.
I act like I do. I'm like, yeah, oh my god, yeah.
Did you get into the temple?
Yeah.
They find it hilarious and then become very somber all of a sudden, realising sort of the gravity of the situation that they're in.
Oh.
Rico, you're just being real cool about everything, so you don't like look at the guy on the floor. Like, forget about it.
Forget about it.
Is the energy.
Hey, it's none of my business.
Exactly. Andy, you see this dead person on the floor, and you notice their back is covered in tattoos. And what at first seems to be like a weird just combination of lines and shapes, you realise it's a map.
Oh.
Tattooed onto the back of this guy's personage.
Oh.
Harris, you realise that the soul has not been in this body for weeks and weeks and weeks. But the body itself has been at sea even longer. Like a timeless length of... You rolled a 30 on your perception, so, you know. This body has been at sea longer than it's not had a soul. And the map on the back is not a map of anywhere that you know exists. The coordinates don't make sense. The compass doesn't make sense. The landmarks and the lines don't make sense.
I'll pick the body up and I'll throw it over the shoulder that does not have a parrot on it.
I love it. Straight down to business.
Andy, in front of all of these people in this bar that are standing around this body,
I'll take it.
you walk up to it. You say, "I'll take it."
That
And
is
you-
mine now. Who's
go
going
to-
to stop me?
As you go to pick it up, there's like 15 people who are like, "Whoa, hang on, wait. And
This is
they're
my
all like,
body. You may not touch my body.
roll me a
That's my
deception
accent.
check, please.
A what check?
A deception check at disadvantage, please.
Okay.
Because this is not your body.
Okay.
And I'll do some insight checks.
Damn. That's a hot, fresh 9.
Oh, yeah. I just rolled 60 20s, not a single one was below 11.
I thought...
So, like, the whole bar, when you say this is your body, that, no, it isn't, put it fucking down, it's not yours, we're all discussing what to do, just take your place.
I will answer the question about what you
crew.
It is. It's his man now.
Andy, it's fine.
Yeah?
Right.
What?
Just pop. Look, just pop it down. Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it. Everyone
we
calm down.
stealing
It's
now?
fine.
Oh, you're going to do one of. All right, I'll put it down. You can do your thing. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll pick it up in a bit when we've convinced them. All
Yeah,
right.
we just gotta talk. We gotta talk business first. You know, that's
God, I forget sometimes that we have to do all the talking.
Yeah, I know you ate that bit. I'll be as quick as I can. Yeah, we're gonna discuss it though. It's fine.
All right, okay.
A great initiative though. I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beerbeard steps forwards and says, "Right, well, thank you, Andy. Hang on, I need to find the voice. Where's the voice gone? There it is. Here be the problem. We found this body in the pool hall. Now, there was not so long ago a bit of disturbance down there. A few undead nasties there, so we brought him up here. Turns out there's a map on his back. Now, no one saw this bloke come in, which means he's coming from the water. And to some of you, this may seem like absolute tosh. But everyone around you seems to kind of agree that yes, it did come from the pool hall. And he sort of addresses the room. Those of you who aren't quite aware, we've got a big old blue hole at the bottom of the pub. A large body of water that goes underneath the Last Hope and connects to the main ocean. We've had some aquatic zombies coming in. Nothing that a few new patrons couldn't solve. And you guys look like he points above a fireplace, and there's like a drawing of a very strong looking triton with a golden trident. There's like a kind of self-described Twinkie looking high elf who's got like a waistcoat and like a red kimono kind of thing going on. He's got shaved hair on the side of his head, and there's just like a thoroughly depressed looking human man with long grey hair, a brown trench coat, and then like some crabs drawn climbing up his coat. These people here, they stopped what was happening, but not long after they left, i.e. a week ago, some strangeness kept happening. And now last night, we find this body of this man down here. Now we reckon that on his back is a map, because it's a map. And does anyone here know how to speak to dead? Because that'd be quite helpful. Anyone here speak to dead?
I look at Keris.
Know that one?
Yeah, we all look at the creepy.
Seems like in your wheelhouse, no?
Okay.
It's not.
Hello, Dad.
You
I've
yell
done
into the
it.
void. The void does not yell back. A rather chipper-looking halfling kind of strides forwards. She's got a violin, and she says, "Well, I can actually, I might know how to speak to dead. It's just something I can do, I suppose. There's a lot of people here and there. Well, let's give it a go, shall we?" And she...
don't make me sing.
Yes, Nikki.
Seeing all the hubbub, Rico's gonna take a look and just wink at the back of the halfling's head, and he's gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Ooh.
She has to do a save against that, doesn't she?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I love it.
Hey, she don't keep no secrets. We got no problems here.
Mr. It's
Okay.
none of my business is making it his business.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
You
Apart
literally
from
just,
that.
yeah, so you initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature. The surface thoughts are, oh my god, I've waited so long to do this in front of people. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So this is going to be great. They're going to take me on a boat. I'm going to be like their bard on a boat. It's going to be great. I cannot wait for this. And she takes out this violin and begins quite a mournful song. And as she's playing it, it sounds as though there are other parts missing from it. And eventually, as she's playing it, these other parts sort of start to get filled in by the heaving, like breathing coming from this dead creature. And she says, "Okay, the spell's taken effect, and well, Beard, I think you should ask the questions." As Beard walks forward and says, what, hang on, where's your voice, Beerbeard? Come back! What be your name? The bloated corpse says, I had no name.
Oh.
Well, that's, that's great.
Guy Smith is coming down so hard right now.
Who? Guy Smith? Guy Captain?
Guy Captain. He's coming down. The drink's wearing off. He's back in nightmare life.
Anybody got any gum?
Beerbeard sort of looks a bit shaken. He turns around. Have you thrown off my stride a bit? Anyone got any questions they want to ask this gentleman? He sort of turns around.
Hey, look! If you gotta ask a guy what's going on, take a Cotton Eye Joe approach.
A what?
Where'd he come from? Where'd he go?
Well, why don't you just ask him what the tattoo on his back means?
Oh, that's a good idea, that one. This is like panto, I swear to God. So, what's the tattoo on your back there, mate?
It's where the treasure is. My life's possessions. And his.
It's where my treasure is, his life possessions and his. Well, that's wonderfully cryptic, isn't it?
So, sorry, out of character. You said that the like the directions, like the longitudinal and latitudinal like stuff, doesn't make any sense.
That makes sense.
I
feel like we need to like ask him something about where he comes from that's not here, you know. But we need to frame it in a way that makes him be less facetious with his answer. I think.
Yeah. Like what though? Like, Rico, you're clever. Think of a clever thing.
Hey, you know, I had some suggestions, but I'm not gonna.
Your suggestion was Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
I think is about an STI.
Yeah. Hey, forget about it. Hey. Corpse. How do we decipher the map on your back?
Beard relays this question to the corpse.
Try to follow the winds. Sit in the darkness of clouds. Know not where you must go.
See, facetious. Sorry, just can you just repeat that just so that I have it in my brain?
Yes, of course, because I can remember exactly what it is that I said. It was basically saying, follow the winds, stay in the shadow of the clouds, know not where it is that you must go.
Perfect. Rico is fully of the mind of, we have Andromeda and Levy, who between them can read the winds and a map. Like, there is, much like every other aspect of Rico's life, there is no one more uniquely qualified to solve this than him and his friends. Like, there is not a more capable and smarter group of people. There just doesn't exist.
Can I take a little like peekaroo at it and see if, I don't know, if there's any
You can roll me a navigator's check. D20 plus your wisdom plus your proficiency modifier, please. Because you're a navigator.
Navigator.
Well, that's an absolute sack of shit.
Lydia, +5.
Swing!
Thank you. Also, do you know what else I need to do? Sorry, I'm not whether we woe today. One moment. Oh, I'm woe, so that also doesn't help me.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa! Hey!
Whoa,
Wait.
whoa, whoa.
Yesterday I could give people +6 plus a d6, but today I can only give people a -d6. So,
Those are Rico no dice.
so that is, if you're giving me a +5, then that's 7 plus an additional 7, so 14. Wait, am I doing my adds right?
7 plus 14 is 7 plus 7 is 14. Yes.
Yes, so 14.
Cool. You look at this map. You listen to what this corpse is saying to you. There are parts of the world that are unknowable and unmappable, and you look at it and you look at the longitudes, and they don't make sense. They're they don't. You get a big number followed by a small number followed by another big number.
Yeah. Okay.
The part of the world that is unmappable and unknowable is a region called the Black Mists. It's so called because any boat that goes there finds itself getting lost. And then no one really comes back from the Black Mists.
Okay.
It's
Well,
like the Bermuda Triangle, but
Yeah.
more dangerous.
That sounds fucking rad. And I think because I'm very aware of the fact that there's a lot of people around that's listening in, I just go, oh, I don't know anything about what and then I look at Levy and go,
All right, Andy, you got something in your eye?
I don't know what you mean.
I just cast a message to speak to Andy and go, stop fucking winking. I got it.
Oh,
Thank you.
I was trying to be subtle.
Oh,
Okay.
my heart, it breaks.
2 more questions.
Yeah. Can I message everyone? Just cast message so I cannot say it in front of people, but like,
Yes.
guys, I think we've got to go into the Black Mists, right?
I can message people too if we want to form a daisy chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you message me, I'll message back to people because I know you can reply, can't you? So I'll say I haven't got a message, but I can reply with.
Rico's just talking to Karis about something completely unrelated.
Yeah. If you message me, I can speak it to everyone. You know, like, just talk. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll sort of reply that it needs to be that it would be in the Black Mist, whatever it is whatever treasure they're talking about.
All
I
right.
mean, I don't really have any other questions I'd like to ask in front of these people.
Yeah,
which
but
is-
I think
which
we
is-
have to.
Why? Maybe I can reanimate him.
Oh, Jesus.
I can't do that, by the way.
What if I offered this halfling like 10,000 gold to come with us with the body?
She wants to come anyway. You don't have to throw the body in there.
That's true.
Great
She's
point.
desperate to go on an
Great
adventure.
She is fucking gagging to get on a boat. She would genuinely carry the body to the boat for us.
Yeah, but nobody else is going to let us leave.
Well, why
The
would
casters among you know that this spell cannot be cast on this body again for another 10 days.
Yeah. So we need it now anyway.
Yeah, can't we ask the other 2 questions on the boat?
No, because the
Lasts 10 minutes.
Ah.
So you've probably
Yeah.
got about another... I would say you've got another 4 minutes worth of questions.
I have
you
no
can
other
ask
questions.
okay.
Okay, one of the other patrons of the bar then, in which case, will speak up and say, well, he's told us what it's a map for, or like where it is a map of, but how do we follow it? That's a good one. Wow, I'll ask that. How do we follow the map?
Seek it, and you will not find it.
Oh, that's fucking helpful, isn't it?
Hey, he was just telling you to get lost.
Guys, I don't think there's any treasure we could find that would be better than the boat deal you folks are about to get. I mean, it could just be like a hat or something. You don't need that. What you do need is a beautiful boat, you know.
Yeah, but we could go, like, find the treasure first, and then we can pay for the upgrade.
You
The
want
deluxe
the, the double sales model.
Yeah, we can't, and you know, like, we can't afford it yet. But you know, I appreciate you got Moxie. I like that you're trying this right now. You know, we're kind of dealing with something, guy, and this person's dead, so you know, that's like
maybe
Have
maybe
some
you can
respect,
just like
you know?
save the Moxie comment, and you can write that on the feedback forms back at the office.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think that would be great for me and my progression.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We'll do all that stuff, like feedback and everything. Yeah. I'll give you a great review. You've been a star.
Another one of the patrons, a
Guys,
half-orc.
fucking tragic. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a bit.
I am a star.
Another half-orc sort of speaks up and says, well, how do we... Oh, hang on, because he won't tell us where it is.
Yeah.
And he won't really tell us how to find it. But what if we can ask him like a trick question? Like a trick question, like show us. Can you show us? Will you show us? Something like that.
Oh.
Is anyone here smart and sexy enough to put together a question like that? And he sort of his eyes drift over to Levy for a moment. It's like, huh? And Levy, there's like a moment where you're like, oh, I spoke to this guy about the temple last night. Oh shit.
Literally.
50% of those things.
Yep. Smart.
No.
She's thick as shit, but she got an arse that won't quit.
Exactly. You get me.
Oh, I'm gonna get that as a tramp stamp.
Yeah, she's
That'd be so good.
she's thick in every sense of the word.
Wait, right. Trick question. Did he say before, seek it and you will not find it?
Yeah,
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's like, what do you look for to find it? That's a dumb question.
I have a mouth but never eat. I have a bed but never sleep. What am I?
Did the corpse also say it's my treasure and his?
Yes.
Yeah. What I could ask who?
Don't like that.
Oh no.
I think you're terribly hampered by having to play Guy Captain.
What can I say? We love an unsexy himbo.
All Guy Captain knows is that the Black Mist is the big, like, he has a map of, like, the test route for the boats. Obviously, you guys have gone way off
Yeah.
the test route, but he knows that the Black Mist has got, like, a massive X over it. That is his only knowledge. That, like, that is a no-boat zone.
Don't go there.
No boat zone.
Instant breach of warranty
Yeah.
to go in the Black Mists. So
We need like a starting point, right? Like, can he show us like where to start? Or no, that's so dumb. Is there a code, or is there something else we need to go along with this?
Maybe we need to ask him how to get lost.
You just stop.
It's funny.
You just get lost, don't you? You keep going until you don't know where you're going anymore.
How?
You go somewhere you don't know.
Because you always know where you've been.
We all lost.
I often feel lost quite a lot, actually.
Yeah. What if we just like got hammered? Like went on like a few days bender, yeah, and then like we'll be lost. We won't know where we are.
This is very quickly becoming Levy's answer to most of her problems by the sounds of it.
Just drink, right?
So DM.
Yes. Let's talk above table.
No, there's a man
Yeah,
called Diem. He's there.
DM. Yeah, Carpe. Good old Carpe. Tom has ideas.
Okay.
That seem to have linked. Body that has been in the water for a long time but not decomposed. Soul, specifically, soul left the body a long time before that, or the soul could have been taken from him.
Potentially, yes.
Keris doesn't know this, but he came from underneath, from the pool room.
Yes.
Would you allow me to make some form of roll to connect the dots in a sort
Roll
of
me an insight check.
deific way? Thank you. I Sorry, my headphones just spoke to me. I feel like it has something to do with Axel, but that was a 16.
16. So, to the uninitiated, which is what we call the people who don't listen to the podcast.
Yeah, they don't have a name for the
Nice.
fandom. They have a name for everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's more of the others. So
Yeah. At the moment. Remember, that's how Critical Role started. So, for the uninitiated, Axel is basically like the sea demon of this world / the arc bad daddy of everything. If it's bad, it's to do with Axel. If it's like dark magic, probably to do with Axel. Keris, almost definitely is to do with Axel. But no one can say for certain, least of all Keris. Keris, you ponder on this, thinking about what you know, thinking about the various rumours that you've heard about the black mists and listening to the cryptic nature of the answers being given. And you suspect that this is Axuli in nature, that is to say, demonic in nature.
I think I say, I go to say it, but realise that there are prying ears.
There's a lot of
around us.
people around, isn't there?
So I sort of I tap Levy on the sort of arm and kind of go to say something and then go, wait, and take one of my teeth out and give it to you, Levy, to pop it in your hand. And as you take it, you can hear my voice in your head.
Why did you have to
saying-
do that? Like, I can just cast message. Why do you have to take your teeth out?
Why didn't you do that? That
Oh,
would have
that's
been
what
much
I was
easier.
doing.
That-
You'd start pulling out your teeth.
It would have saved me from losing a tooth. Why would you do this to me?
You didn't give
This
me
is not-
time. Right. Anyway, what's so urgent? Come on.
Look, so maybe I think this could be something to do with Axel. You know, the all-powerful, terrifying creature that takes people's souls and things like this.
Yeah.
If this was the he, perhaps we could form a question about this. Maybe I have heard rumors of deals being struck with Axel for certain things. Maybe this could be something that we can do.
Like,
It's treasure.
strike a deal with this guy.
Well, like maybe to ask the question of, like, should we strike the deal or something? I don't know.
We should ask this guy if we should strike a deal.
Yes, to get the answers that we are looking for.
Oh, will he strike a deal with us to give us the answers?
Yes.
Like, will
I
he
don't
help
know.
us?
You're the idea person. I'm just here to creep people out.
I don't know though. It's just, it's the last question. I don't want to mess it up.
If we could find a way of having this corpse describe the place that the treasure is, I could magically find the way there. But I have to be kind of familiar, so they have to describe it in detail. I don't know if we can fit that into the last question.
It's a good idea. Maybe it'll work, but also maybe it won't work because like you need to not know where it is to find it. I feel that's not exactly what he said, but like if we know where we're going, then we won't be able to find it. And I'm worried if you not know the information, then it will like cut us out of it.
Yeah.
Maybe we just ask him who took his soul from his body.
Oh, well, I don't care about that. I just want to know where the treasure is. Oh, we can ask him that.
Also, if we're going to be talking about demon deals, don't you think maybe we should talk to Daddy Payne?
No. No. How
You don't
dare
want the
you?
devils and the demons to talk to each other. That'd be that could be issues. So your final question is what? Sorry.
Who or what took your soul from your body? Like, because that's hella fucked up, right?
Yeah, but that's also like the whole thing's a bit fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, I know that much, but like getting a tattoo is not that fucked up.
Okay.
Beard points towards you guys and is like, great idea. Gets down again, talks to this corpse. As this halfling is like finishing like the end of the song, it's getting to the end. She's like looking to you guys like, please hurry up. I can only like do a violin shred for so long. He says, hey. Who took your soul? And the breathing.
The soul was given willingly.
And the last bit of breath leaves the body. And the body shudders. And those of you around it see as the skin begins to dry.
No.
Bloated corpse turns as though it's slowly starting to dry. If you want to do something, say it.
I'm going to skin it. I will skin it.
Get the map. I don't know.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't know how.
And you fuckers said that I was the creepy one?
Okay,
We're
just
all creepy here.
while
I
the
leap on the corpse and I rip its skin off for safekeeping.
Oh,
Andy, you see this corpse starting to dry, and the skin, starting at the fingertips, starts to like flake away, almost beginning to drift in the slight wind of the drafty pub. You leap onto the body, grabbing a hunk of skin. As you start to rip it, it turns to dust in your hand.
No.
Yes, Nikki.
So I canonically melted down a lot of our gold coinage into ingots.
Yes.
You know those like thinner like.
That's a weird way to start this sentence. I have no idea where it's going.
So I'm going to use magical tinkering to engrave an exact replica of this map into one of the like £1 like thin gold bars.
Cool. Roll me a Tinker's Tools check, I guess. Add
Love that for
your
me.
intelligence modifier, because I said to.
Hey Josh, thanks for that.
Andy, as you try and tear this skin off, it sort of just turns to dust in your hand as this once bloated corpse begins to just rapidly dehydrate like a body left in the desert. What was your roll, Rico? Hey.
It's a natural 20.
Hey, plus what?
+5, and if you want a proficiency, it's also that.
Yes.
So
Cool.
it's, I get proficiency, so it's 30 total.
Cool. Rico, as you see this body start to flake away, before Andy is able to jump on it and get out your way, you like get out one of these bits of gold, and you very quickly take your little diamond-tipped scratcher and just sort of etch the map into the block of gold. I'm assuming you're not really taking the time to do it subtly.
Oh no, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. But it's a perfect recreation, including like some of the skin wrinkles and as you get like to the outside of the map, that's where the skin is starting to flake. You've got a few of those like skin flakes in the rug just in case that it could be a clue. And you see as this body starts to turn to dust around and it flakes, leaving behind bones that very rapidly just crumble, leaving behind a single skull just in the middle of the bar. And from the skull comes a voice. And the voice says, "Blood will get blood, but the winner will have riches beyond their wildest dreams." There is a spark in the left eye socket of this skull. And a modest handful of assorted gems just begin to pour out of the eye socket. The bar, the energy in it changes. It goes from being one of bewilderment and mystery to one of avarice and financial hunger. And that is where we're going to leave it this week.
Oh my god!
Are you telling me we're doing rat race? Is that what we're doing? We're doing.
You guys are doing rat race.
Rat race!
We're doing rat race, but with extra steps.
Hey guys, it's Pie Rat Race.
Yay!
Hey.
No.
Oh, well
Oh
done.
my
Well
goodness,
done.
Well done.
you
Thank
enjoyed.
you.
Session 1 of a number of sessions.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you so much, Josh. Thank you so much, Alisha. You've added so much fun and chaos and hilarity
Yeah, thank
to
you.
Art Night.
Rooney
Thank you
Rooms
for
has just
having
summarised
us.
it perfectly. I left everything I own in one piece.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly. Hey, Josh. Thank you for DMing, but also thank you for resubscribing.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Wayne Fick01, for following. Natural Pengu, if any of you in your raiding party are still here. Oh, thank you. Nigel Shadowruth, Noxious MLK, Natural Pengu, Elior Huachar, thank you for following. Rooney, thank you very much for gifting 2 subs. And you gifted a ton of subs last time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We tremendously appreciate you. Proopy Pants, thank you very much for following. And Mr. Tomcat, I believe you've gone, but thank you very much. And like you said in your message, Cool Nicky can't hurt you. Because he's not real. We'll be back next week with more of the same. Well, it will be a different session. It's not going to be this exact same session again.
No, it's going to be the exact same session.
Oh, fuck.
Actually, I've got some time fuckery planned.
Oh, tremendous.
Start now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see how... fuck me, we're getting out of this place.
Yeah, we just gotta go quick.
Yeah, someone's going to die.
God, you guys,
But that's-
murder.
Dying is an obligation here, so we need to remember that.
Yeah.
Love the
Dying
world.
is easy, young man. Living is harder.
That's a reference to Ham.
Hamilton.
Thank you very much, Alisha, for joining us and
Yeah.
giving just the actual tragedy that is Captain Guy Captain, some life.
I love
He
you
is
so much.
an
Alisha
incredibly...
does tragic characters incredibly well. She once played a Victorian orphan boy whose name was Tim Timpson. Yeah.
But we also, we lost Captain Guy Captain, which was, we were worried about for all of 2.5 seconds, and then we got distracted by a corpse, and now
Yeah.
we're just we're going to go to the
Oh,
Black Mist.
Lydia. He's there.
Yeah.
We just have not spoken to him.
Yeah.
He's at the table.
Guy Smith is at the front of the queue.
Guy Captain. It's not Guy Smith.
I'm sorry, I keep calling him Guy
Stop
Smith.
trying to
This
make
is
Guy
so
Smith
plain.
happen.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, you came to find me. Thank you. No.
Guy,
we ran to where he was, completely ignored him.
Yeah.
you were all messaging each other in your own head. And you guys just at
Just
the side.
pointing at each other and mouthing.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much everyone for watching. Don't forget, tomorrow at a time it's 3 o'clock. It's for Dragon Age New, another one, a
We're
different one.
playing Inquisition tomorrow. We're starting Inquisition. It's going to be 2
Character
hours.
creation.
Nice.
Oh,
No one expects a Dragon Age Inquisition.
Boo.
No.
And as we always say on Wicked Slice, don't be a dickhead.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Catchphrase done.